again every time. Ba-ba-ba. I've been waiting for this moment for such a long time. There are a bunch of sketches, they're probably fine. Welcome back. To the Butter Bunch. My name is Jacob Butter. I'm doing that short intro, the individual one, because I just noticed that BB has turned on face cam in the back rooms and immediately proceeded to leave. So I think that's the sign of I'm disappearing, which happened during the countdown. So I guess I will wait until she returns because Aiden isn't here at the moment. So yeah, I guess I'll just do a bit of an intro and then go straight in. So yes, finally the time has arrived. Oh wait, no, here we are. Oh no, she's rotated the camera, but okay, I don't know what's going on here. We'll just start this. Okay. Players select. That was just a guess. I don't actually know.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Oh, did you know I'm a woman?
I did. For a number of years now.
I genuinely was sitting in the back rooms for us, and I was like, I want to make food real quick, and I was like, hey, you know what would be just the funniest thing if I decide to make a callback to the woman walk. I don't know why. It's just something that came to my mind while I was waiting.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think we did that on International Women's Day as well.
Yeah, but I didn't have my camera on, so it's been a while since I've actually done the walk, you know?
I see. Okay, then. I thought you were listening to music or something. I was like, could she tell that we can't hear this?
No, I could hear. I didn't realize, because so my camera, I don't know at what point it stops tracking me, but it should, like if I turn a little bit over here. Hold on. Never mind, whatever. Look, you're just going to take my word for it. It should move automatically. I don't know what triggers it to decide whether it needs to move or not, though.
Okay, because I was a bit confused because you turn your camera on and then you immediately disappeared from the frame. So I thought,
yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it does it, and then other times it doesn't. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you.
Fair enough. Well, you need SCP Amy to pull that off.
Real.
Anyways, we're watching some Tin Can Bros today, and we're finally going back to the beginning of Tin Can Bros. They actually have a playlist, as I found out, that's called New Viewer Start Here.
Oh, good for us. They made it for us.
Exactly. Yeah, obviously that was their plan the whole time. So, yeah.
Fester says, BB, as a heavy person, your bed scares me. Fester, as a tiny person, my bed scares me.
Yeah.
You have any much effort? You know how I have to get on my bed? I have to jump on this thing.
Yeah. Which usually would probably not be a bad thing, except for the fact that usually when someone goes to bed, they are very tired and they don't want to be jumping. So there's that.
I'm a night person though, so it's not so awful. It's just a chore having to do parkour to sleep, you know.
Yeah, there's like top bunks and bottom bunks, so you've got a medium bunk without the top or bottom. It seems.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. So I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can. So there's these bars on the side, and I think I might be able to climb on them, but I don't know because it looks like they're like their own separate thing, and I might be able to slide that thing down. But I don't know how to do that, and I feel like if I try, I'm going to break something.
Well, in my bunk bed experience, that is what you're supposed to do. Although that, again, is not technically speaking a bunk, so I have no idea what the plan was with that.
I have no idea. I know in the other dorm rooms there are bunk beds, and I don't know if it's this exact same design or not. I have no idea.
Falling off that thing would be my biggest fear. Yeah, hopefully you're not a restless sleeper.
Oh, the color of my shirt, it's a hoodie, not a shirt, but yeah, I guess it does match with that. I didn't think about that.
This is just camouflage. You can't see me. All right.
Real. I'm gone.
Da 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 da.
John Cena or Drax, whatever floats your boat.
I suppose, yeah. Although, well, I mean, based on our one shot from a few years ago, Aiden was supposed to be Drax. Yeah, if people don't know that story, the first time that we ever played D&D as a group, uh, we were sort of assigned character sheets, but we had to like give ourselves like different names or whatever, just so that we got an idea for the game. And one of the characters in question, I don't know if Aiden even changed the name or not. Maybe I don't know if he came up with Drax or someone else, or the DM did. But yeah, he had to leave halfway through, so I spent the time making sure that the DM remembered that Drax even existed to begin with. It's like, oh, well, we've got to bring Drax along, make sure that he's still involved.
Yeah, that was also the one, and I don't ever let this one live down, just because it was such a crazy moment. It was because for those of you who might have seen like our Bendy stuff back whenever we were doing that. During it, I was like, "Hey, Aiden, how are you enjoying Spider-Man?" Because he started playing Spider-Man mid-episode. And you could, and because we're friended on Steam, you can see when he opens these games up. And so I'm playing, and he's on the video. I'm like, "Hey, man." Now he did a similar thing though during D&D, and he got lost on what was happening because he was busy playing Pokemon.
Yeah, which for the record, I don't believe he's done ever since. I mean, he has had moments where his character's disassociated, but I think he's actually just busy during those times.
And at the very least, he's at least listening better than he was at that time.
Yeah. So that was very much a one-off thing, but also the Bendy thing is even funnier because of the fact that he was playing a video game while we were playing a video game.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Sherry says rolling over in bed is a fatal risk calculation. Yes. And Ghost Kitty says that hoodie looks very soft and cozy. Thank you. It is. I don't know what I made this complaint a while back, but I don't know what it is about clothing designed for men and women, because I've naturally worn both over the years, and I gotta tell you, masculine clothing, I don't know what it is about it. It's so much rougher. I don't get it. It feels like all of the female design clothing I've had is just so much softer.
Because you want to be much rougher and tougher. That's why.
Right? It's like,
you want to feel like an alpha.
Feel like an alpha. I want to scratch all the time.
Something like that, yeah.
Like I don't know. I genuinely recommend, even if you do identify as a man, I still recommend feminine clothing. It's just more comfortable.
Okay then. I shall bear that in mind. But for now, speaking of clothing, let's check out these dapper gentlemen here from the turn of the century. If people aren't familiar with the lore or the supposed lore of the Tin Can Bros.
Oh, I know the guy on the right.
I mean, we've seen all of them, I think.
I don't recognize these two. I'm sure we have, but I've seen this right person a lot.
Well, yes. Again, we all have at this point. So yeah, I'm just going to read the Tin Can Bros lore again, just because I think it fits here more than before. So their About section says, the Tin Can Brothers is a comedy trio and purveyor of sketches, films, musicals, and mayhem. Their father, Lionel Tin Can, was born the son of a lowly farmhand in Mississippi, but rose to great heights during America's early industrial period. Instilled with their father's drive for greatness and sensible taste in fashion, the boys moved west at a young age to pursue their own visions of grandeur. Young Joey, the dreamer, Corey, the muscle, and Brian, the engineer, pooled their earnings from a summer carnival kissing booth in order to buy their first digital video camera, something unheard of at the turn of the century. Equipped with unimaginable technology and power, they could have done anything, but they didn't. In fact, they did absolutely nothing. Now in 2014, with advent of much better technology, these living and breathing anachronisms have decided to dust off the old digital picture box and make some talkies. Subscribe now. So
I think whenever I become middle-aged, I want to refer to myself as a living, breathing anachronism.
Yeah, you know what? That sounds nice. Yeah, that sounds like a podcast as well.
Real, it does. That also kind of sounds like a band, though, right? Like the old and the anachronisms.
Yeah, I think the Anachronisms probably would be a good band name. Maybe not the whole entire thing because that's very long to to promote.
Sure, that's probably why I don't know the reason why Will Wood changed his name. He changed his band name quite a bit, but now he just goes by Will Wood, which I think is partially because it's just a lot shorter than either Will Wood and the Tapeworms, and also like the I don't know the sex something, but it was a very long word.
Mm. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just imagining like a musical artist lineup or something, where it just goes like ah yes, Olivia Rodrigo, Nino Uptown, Dua Lipa, The Living of the Christmas, just like really shrunken down.
Yeah. Sorry, our font couldn't cover all of it. It needs to be one line.
Mm-hmm. that was the rule, yeah. That's oh wait. But still talk about this. I went from a shirt made for girls to abuse a shirt my dad got off me when he went to 5 different ones, and he went to Texas this weekend. Understandable opinion. I'm a female, but I have plenty of hand-me-downs from my brother and dad, so I think he worn both men and women clothes, and girl clothes do feel softer. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Maybe one of these streams I'll just show up in girl clothing with no explanation.
or at the very least with a top.
Yeah. Watch our view count spike.
A fourth woman, let's go!
Fourth? Who's the second?
Oh,
Who's the
God.
third? I mean,
sorry. Fourth queer, let's go.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Whenever half of us are trans, you just immediately are like, oh, well, the other one's queer, and then it all just kind of blurs together. You know?
Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. Maybe I'll just do that for the entire month of June. See what happens. If I remember to. Wait, that'd be a good time to debut the maid outfits.
Real.
Okay. Anyway, so men's clothes are nicer to bigger people. That I've also heard as well. So yeah.
I don't
maybe that's the reason they can't get more of the softer fabric, or it's harder to do so. I don't know.
I'm underweight, so I'll just take your word for that.
I am 6'2", so.
Fuck you, Gamma.
Yeah. There we go. That's it. That's how
it went down whenever
yeah.
I'm trying to eat. I'm trying to duck down so I'm nice and subtle and not in the way and distracting, and then it wants to go down.
Well, you've been able to demonstrate the technology now.
I sure have. Yeah, it does that, everyone. It's supposed to do that more often.
Yeah, now you know how ghosty felt that one time.
Yeah, my camera looked down at me and went, "Hey, what you eating?"
Okay, time to actually start. So, Tinkan Brothers, this is the first sketch the web is supposed to start, where it all began. The phone thief.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot. I heard this song on Spotify the other day from a band called "Give Me That Box of Fingers." It is
That's
again
not the
too long to
original
put on the
Will Wood
lineup,
name.
but yeah.
so good. Okay, check this out. Listen to this. Cool.
I have no idea if this is an actually copyrighted song or not, but we're just gonna pretend it isn't because it's like muffled. Yeah.
So two things. I wish whenever I was like, "Hey, listen to this song, read this book, watch this film," I wish that I had more people that reacted as enthusiastically as this guy. I have never seen someone react so enthusiastically to, "Hey, check this out!" Like, oh, and then you have him who is literally me. The few times that people do check it out, I'm like, "Please like it, come on."
just your millionth time promoting House of Leaves, someone snatches the book from your hands. Yeah.
It's like, come on, please say you like it. Come on. It's gonna look really bad if you hate it.
Yeah. Living and breathing anachronisms, talking about, phone addiction in their actions. That's that's why they waited until 2014.
Yeah, how you liking the song?
It's really good.
Right? Yeah.
It's really good. This is gonna be like a hit for them.
Is that?
I mean,
I love that
is,
you
I'm
can
not
hear
sure.
the whore in the background. You hear that? Like it's
Yeah.
it's a trumpet. Hum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. It's like, whoa, who's sounding the war?
This is why they just use like samples in the and they didn't really properly account for them. It's gonna get like various different random sound effects. A girl
Also,
taking
losing your
a child
phone
looking just
after
to be
being in
feminine.
front of you.
Yeah, just put a bow on it. Put a bow on the logo. On it. Yeah. there
Right,
you go.
here's the thing, because you can't just change it to pink. I know that's like the classic feminine color, but yellow is not masculine or feminine. You have despite us wanting to kind of categorize it into those sorts of things, there's very few colors that we actually agree on are like just traditionally masculine or feminine. There's
Which is a
just
good
not
thing.
many.
Yeah,
I
which is a
agree.
good
I'm
thing.
just
I don't want
saying, it's
to. I don't want to
like-
have those all the colors grouped. That's not good.
No, I agree. I think gendering things is generally problematic, but admittedly,
Yeah. Yeah,
we
exactly.
never
Take
really-
it
you
from the
can't
trans
really
person
change
wearing
yellow.
blue.
Ah!
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's it from? Can you just tell me who it's from?
I can't see.
No, it
sorry,
should come
there's
up.
just
I
like
had a setting where it shows up.
yeah, there's like 2 minute and a half, minute and 37 seconds. Is that okay, man? Sorry, I'm like really enjoying it.
2 minute and a half, minute and 30 seconds. Which one?
I really like it. Thanks.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm
No,
really
no,
enjoying it.
it's
It's like
good.
Ghost Kitty who's announcing the arrival of a royal family.
Just while they were recording the song,
It's good.
No, it's good.
Thanks.
It's good. It's a good song.
they just
Yeah.
passed by the studio.
Of course, it's so good.
Whoa. Isn't this crazy? Do you see this? It's like there's kind of a when you swirl it around, it looks like there's a shape. You see a little face. You throw a filter on this, it's gonna look great. Do you have Instagram?
I don't.
No, I've got Instagram.
Well, anachronisms.
I can
Yeah.
take. This is
Dude,
like,
this was the 2010s. I think almost everyone had Instagram.
That's true. I think Instagram came out in 2010, so yeah, for
Right.
the most part.
I want to miss it. You know, I don't want to miss this.
Yeah, let's totally do that in a second. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to miss it. Is the face going to go somewhere? Well, if you move the bug, it will, obviously.
That was an email. That was an email alert. I heard it. Song goes down. Emails are important. That could be my job. That could be my.
Watch it be like
I-
a spam thing or something.
It probably is. That's probably what the punchline is. But also, I do. So I guess for starters, I have my phone on silent at all times. But I don't even set it to where I get notifications for emails. Like I get notifications for the other stuff. It just doesn't make any noise. I just rely on it vibrating. But for email, how do you have notifications for emails? I feel like people get too many emails to have that.
That is true, yeah.
And a lot of them aren't even from people. Like a lot of them really are just spam or some ad or something taking your data or something. It's never actually like Joe from across the street. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, my neighbor Joe who sends emails to me. That's right.
That's the
You think
thing.
people just text
Does
that
that?
stuff. Yeah, exactly. Oh well. Yeah. There are some notifications you don't want to have too many of, and there are some that you definitely want, like our notifications on this channel.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be too many, considering that we upload like twice a week usually.
Work schedule. Have you ever? You get
Oh, 3
emails
times.
like, what if I get called last minute or something? Or it's from Amazon, like my package gets delivered to some different place. Have you ever had that happen? Have you
Did you order a package?
ever had that happen?
No.
That email could be that.
One,
Give me my
like
phone.
45 seconds. Dude, let me
I'm
just...
not fucking around right now.
Are
Give
you
me
serious?
the phone. I said, give me my phone.
This reminds me of the conversion from like in Black Friday, where the president and everyone else like starts like freaking out about the tickle me wiggly.
I will say legitimately, the first time where he starts like looking for his phone, that is me. And I don't think I have a phone addiction. I would like to think that I don't. Admittedly, I'm guilty of doom scrolling, but it's not like I lose my mind without a phone. But I do lose my phone. Well, lose my phone quite often, and I'll be like, because I'll reach in my pocket for it, and I can't find it. I'm like, oh no, and I start like having like a panic attack for a few seconds. I start frantically looking out, and then eventually I end up after like probably the 10th time I find it like right next to me on the table, and I just never put it in my pocket. I was like, there it is.
Hmm.
Give me my phone, asshole!
Jesus Christ!
Jesus, Jesus!
No, wait, no, we're talking.
Yeah.
No, you're not gonna trick me
You
this
gave me
time.
the phone.
You want the phone, Brian? Ooh.
You gave me your phone to listen to the
No,
song. Just
you
listen
want
to
it.
the song.
You want it because you're gonna take my phone. Oh my god, this guy's trying to steal my phone. This guy's
I mean, trying to steal your. He has the phone currently.
a thief. This guy's trying my phone.
Fuck?
This is like
Man,
that
the microphone turned to Little White Lie for a second. Jeez.
This is like that one SpongeBob episode where they have the chocolate, and in SpongeBob and Patrick are alone because they stole a balloon on Free Balloon Day, and they each have a chocolate, and Patrick has SpongeBob's chocolate, and then he still has his own, and then has his, and then with his mouth covered in chocolate is like, hey, where's my chocolate? And SpongeBob and Patrick start having a fight until eventually it gets so heated that they go to rat each other out to the police and go to jail for like 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, because the police prank them because they know
Yes.
it's Free Balloon Day, so they just like put them inside and then they immediately release them.
Yeah, and they even
Yeah.
go, if you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
Yep. And and then afterwards, of course, they give them like free lollipops, and then Patrick does the exact same thing again.
Yes.
That's the punchline at the end of the episode. But when you said SpongeBob and chocolate, I thought you were gonna make like the chocolate like, freak out thing. Yeah, because of the way that he was reacting. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Yeah. I was with a friend and she had my phone my phone to order breakfast, and I asked what my phone was, and she, oh, I mean, I can see why she might have said that, but, as a friend of yours, yes, that's like from that position, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that was the one.
Yes.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, the song's over, right? You can get your phone back.
Where the hell are you going? What the
Oh no, still listening to it. Okay.
Yeah, he still has it to his ear. It has to have been 45 seconds by this point.
Did he just rip off a part of his shirt? Just like start ripping off his shirt. It's like, my phone! Man, Aiden's gonna be sad he missed this.
I'm done. I'm done. What the fuck, man? Jesus Christ. It's just listening to the song. Come on. It's over. It's over.
He's still not looked at that email.
Thank you.
Screen's the wrong way around. Can't see that email.
Well, he might have it because phones still like automatically turn sometimes.
No,
Never mind. He just actually moved it. That, my friends, is what we call a inconsistency.
Well, I mean, I think he might just like this like on because it was one shot, right? So it wasn't like it was edited. So he literally just flipped it around while the camera's away from his face.
Yes, but because of the way that it was framed, it ends up still being a bit of an inconsistency there. Because we never see it turn. It goes all the way from him entirely, and then you go back and it's the right thing. So it's like, well.
All right. Well, good starts. Prelude to President Howard Goodman freaking out. So that's something. Okay, next one. So we have next one is buffering.
Cool. Is this also going to be relatable to me?
I don't know. Considering my history with internet connection on streams, it's probably going to be relatable to me, but we'll see.
Got that coffee. God damn it, not coffee. You got that soda so aggressively.
Yeah. Get your cup of roasted coffee.
Get your cup of morning Joe.
Oh wow, old Netflix interface. It's gonna be like a silent movie or something. There's gonna talk all in grunts and groans. Oh.
It's gonna be like an old Lego game.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I remember for some reason watching a video of like all the cutscenes in like Lego Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, and just watching all of the same like shot for shot recreations from the actual movie, and all they do is just go.
Yes. Yes, all of the voice acting was all just random noises, and then screams and all that until later, whenever they started doing full voice acting, and then they made the Skywalker Saga game recently, where they actually added in an option finally to enable the random noises again, so you can have voice acting or the random noises if you want.
People just missed the random noises so much.
Yes, genuine. Well, it was part of the charm for him, because a lot of games would either have nothing or like full voice acting, but Lego would have like.
They took Nintendo's guide a little bit too literally.
Yeah, I mean it was stupid, but but that was part of it, right? It was very comedic series, so that was just kind of part of the charm. Oh, this does remind me of a story, actually.
I thought you were going to say you recognize what they were watching. I was like, I don't actually know.
No, so for a while, so again, one of me and my stepdad for a while, whenever we started to finally get close again, we actually got close starting with Game of Thrones, actually. So he got me my first console, PS2. It was Vice City.
A family franchise, if I've ever heard one before.
Actually, I love it. Actually, yeah, we have a rated M game. That was our first big bonding thing. That is the earliest memory I have of him. And we played that for a while, and at some point we stopped. Obviously, I don't know when. That point isn't really something I remember, but we stopped eventually. And actually, memory card. I have it with me actually still. Yeah, and then years and years later, we went to the library, and we had both wanted to check out Game of Thrones. This was like after like the 7th season or so. The 8th was about to come out, and we had both heard so much about Game of Thrones, right? This was the era of like, oh, the best show on the history of television. And so we're like, oh, is it really that good? I want to see it. Oh, I also want to see it. And so, like before, the first moment of big bonding, rated M game. Well, now we're watching almost porn, except they cut just barely away from the genitalia, except once, which I think was an accident. I made it into a game where it's like, there's so much sex in this. I wonder if at some point they aimed the camera a little bit too low. Once it was in frame, but it was low resolution. There was one dick, and it was very early in the show. So I think it was an accident because I never really focused on it either. But we watched all of that, and then you would have and we would from that point on we'd watch films and shows a little bit more often with each other. And then one day our internet started being shit. So the downside, and as most of you know, I don't right now, but at my parents' place, we lived in the middle of buttfuck nowhere in Texas, the most definition of country. So country that when you try to log into YouTube, it thinks you're the town over. And so we're going on, and because there's so little stuff here, there's one internet provider. One.
Yeah.
Which means that the bandwidth on occasion will be funky. We did not know this at the time, though. So it got to a point where everything we watched, every like 10 seconds or so, it would buffer on and on and on and on. And we got so pissed off. I remember my stepdad especially. He was like this close to like throwing a tantrum. He threatened like, oh, I'm gonna cancel all the things, despite him not paying for any of it. But yeah, and eventually we called someone over, and they're like, oh yeah, so sometimes if you have someone new come over and they get the provider, sometimes it'll just have them be like the main person getting it, and so no one else can get it. So so they had to add something to our thing to be like, hey, make sure this does not happen. And it was fine for a while, and then very recently it started to do it again. And this
someone else must have moved to town.
Well, that's the thing, right? We're like, oh, well, why? Well, last time they went over, they said, hey, maybe in a few years there might be something off the cord, and like the line that interconnects everyone's internet, and so they came over and they're like, oh, yep, and so they fixed it. And so yeah, but yeah, that's one of the biggest downsides as well for internet. It is really slow internet. It's not great, but there's one internet that the whole town has to share.
I'm just imagining like a new person moving to town just being like, well, hi there, new neighbors. And then everyone goes,
Real.
I don't know why I went with the giddy and gleeful for that, but there you go.
It's fine. It's Southern. We all sound the same, I guess.
I'm gonna steal your bandwidth, Stanford. His new evil plan.
Yes. Oh, don't worry, Abby. I also haven't played it. I really want to play it because it's to me, it's kind of like a remake of the Complete Saga, and that I played the shit out of. And so I do actually want to play Skywalker Saga at some point as well, and I will probably enable the random noises. I also was a fan of them.
You go do like a back-to-back thing. It's like normal cutscene versus random noises.
I could, yeah.
Anyway, so hey, remember when Netflix was a website used to rent movies from Blockbuster? I think they still do Netflix DVD, actually. Obviously not from Blockbuster because they're not around anymore, but yeah.
I think they do. I think what
That's
happened...
I remember renting VHSs from Blockbuster, so...
So, if I recall, and I might be wrong, I think they did it as the renting from Blockbuster, and then they stopped, and then very recently they started doing it again, but I don't know if it ever kicked off or not.
Well, I know that Quinton Reviews you used Netflix DVD to get to get access to the entirety of iCarly until they put it on actual Netflix, and then he had two versions. Yeah. Although apparently the DVD version is apparently the 4:3 version, the Netflix one, the 16:9, and apparently it's better in 4:3 because of the way they set up the camera shots.
Yeah, so I mean, there's that, but it's also, I think for older people or anyone really who's nostalgic for older media, you will notice the aspect ratio is always different, and there's technical reasons for that, of course, like you just mentioned, but there is also just a certain charm that gets added to that as well, where it's like there is that subconscious, oh, I remember this. So, better can have different pretenses.
Yeah. Except of course when you're trying to watch something with my brother, and they're like, okay, remember this, is that he's like, well, can we put this in 4K or in HD or something? It's like, I don't know if we can.
I don't know.
It really depends.
I don't know. So most people, so I, like everyone else, I have nostalgia cycles, right? And there are things that I do feel nostalgic. Again, back to GTA, just because we talked about it earlier, it's like that's one of the games I feel very nostalgic about. I would never want it in the modern like formats, right? I would never want in like modern graphics, for instance.
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about Vice City today. That's why.
Yes. And part of it, because here's the thing, I don't talk about too much on camera, but I've had some rough periods in my life. But so I don't really feel nostalgic for like that time per se, but I do feel nostalgic for that escape.
Yeah, for the things that like gave you comfort in that time. Yeah.
Yes. And so even then it's like, well, so I don't know. I don't think for things like that I would ever want to be like, oh, I want it in like big 4K on the big screen. Give me my little box.
Yeah. That's the entire folly of live action remakes. But we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to go back to the video. The one thing I would want updated is remastered Little White Lie for our sake. But the other than that, yeah.
Oh, I know this game.
Okay, there we go. I was about to say, now I recognize it.
God damn it. I
know this game. The Emperor's New Game.
You know what's even worse? I almost said that, which would have been wrong, but because I realized and cut myself off, just like that one time I mentioned Hitler by accident, this time I said, oh, I recognize that gay. And it's like, nope.
I mean, some people do think that Cusco is very effeminate, but
Fair. Admittedly, yes, but that is not what I meant to say.
okay. I'm just gonna check something. I wonder if because that there were tie-in video games for everything. I wonder if someone thought to make the Emperor's New Game. Okay, no, there's apparently the Emperor's New Groove game, the Emperor's New School games, but there's not one that's never mind. There's one, the Emperor's New Game on PlayStation. Apparently there that is a thing. Or maybe that's just what the YouTube video is called.
Nope, not Mew. That's a whole other thing. New game. God damn it.
The Emperor's Mew Game, the Catgirl remake of
The Emperor's Mew game rated it.
you can either play as Cusco or as one of the 4 Catgirls from our D&D campaign.
Yeah, I think it might just be the video you're looking at. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, okay. Well, missed opportunity.
Fun fact, though,
Anyway.
for those of you who are fans of Greek myths, it looks like the Emperor's New Groove game was developed by Argonaut Games. So that's cool.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Hate this.
Do we need to call? Do we need to call them? Do we need to call our internet?
Look, it's loading.
No, but it's like, is our internet fast enough? Should we call? Should we upgrade our internet? Come on! Just go! Just go!
Here it goes.
Come on! Oh, come on! You're so close. Okay.
Sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's.
This was us.
Wait! What good timing? Sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's Groove after the buffering. I wonder if they did that deliberately or not.
Yeah. So that reaction, I remember distinctly, was actually me and my stepdad watching some superhero movie. It was an indie superhero film, or at least one that's not like Marvel or DC, right? It wasn't like one of the main ones, but it was the idea of like trying to go to like a retired superhero after he was like proposed dead or whatever. Him and his mortal enemy, and it was about like the kid bringing him back and bring him back to like his old game, and there was a big twist and everything, and it was crazy. It was a very good movie, by the way. I don't remember what it was called. If I find out later, I'll tell you, but I recommend it. But during one of the big twist moments is whenever Buffer and we're like, no, hurry, come on.
This short is literally me trying to watch a stream on my phone. Ah, well, you see, fair enough. The thing about that is... Okay.
Oh! Fuck! No!
I mean, that is appropriately timed. I wonder if they actually filmed like the entirety of the episode group and just like cut back to them, or like filmed at later time and got their reactions after they'd finished it, or if they actually found they like cut off their internets just like unplug the router or something just so we get the buffer at the precise moment.
Well, what also might have happened is damn.
This is like perfectly cut screams.
Well, the thing is about fuck you.
See, sometimes us pausing is a blessing. People keep commenting about that.
The thing is, maybe what they were doing, they were genuinely trying to watch Netflix. And it kept on buffering, and they're like, oh, this is annoying. And they're like, wait, I have a great content idea. And then the other one responded, no, fuck you.
And that was the inspiration, yeah. Pick up the soda can, dollar space, pick up the soda can, and leaning back. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention this, yeah. My dad, brother, me and my dad's girlfriend at the time would go to Blockbuster, either that or a different movie renting place, like because we got to pick up our own movies. Fair enough. We just kept on picking up the same Dora the Explorer DVDs.
So I don't
Not
think
DVDs, VHSs. My bad. I misspoke. We picked up the same Dora the Explorer VHSs until they replaced the VHS line with DVDs and we couldn't get them anymore.
Yeah, so I think I missed the Blockbuster boat. I might be too young. If not, then I simply didn't go, and it ended shortly before I had full memories. But I did have a video renting area that me and my family would go to fairly frequently. I forget what it was called. I think it might have just been called like video rental or rent video. It was something very, very uncreative, but it was a thing in like our, the town over, the one that YouTube thinks I go to. And we would get stuff. That's actually how I played the first Bendy game, funny enough. And it was great. We would get movies and stuff, and it was wonderful. And one day I'm coming home from work, and I'm like, oh no, because I see the sign is missing. I'm like, did they get rid of it? And they're like, yeah, they got rid of it a while back. I'm like, oh no, which is a shame. I feel like what I felt in that moment was similar to how the rest of humanity felt when Blockbuster disappeared. Except for the people that live near the one remaining Blockbuster.
Yeah, well, I wonder if they did because the reason that Blockbuster stopped ceased operation was because they weren't getting enough people. So maybe that's I'm not sure if that was a complaint of theirs or not. I also just remembered the last time that I went into a video rental store because I think it was maybe in London or maybe it was somewhere else that was nearby. And I think I was there for like a drama school audition or something. I had like a bit of time before I had to catch the next train or something. So I was walking from one station to another after doing the audition in question. And just while I was going there, it's like I saw just on the street over. It's like, oh, okay, video rental stores. Like, okay, I haven't seen one of these probably since that one Blockbuster. From all that time ago, so I was like, okay, fair enough. I'll see what this place is like. I've seen them. I mean, because over here you get like charity shops where you have like DVDs that are on display in some places, but they're also like paired up with like a bunch of other stuff like books or clothes or etc.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, okay, fair enough. I'll go and see what they have. I went in, and within the span of like 2 seconds, I realized just based on like the front covers of the DVDs on display, it was not the kind of DVD rental store that I was looking for. So I immediately turned back around.
Oh, I remember that game.
I think that I think it was mostly women on the covers, which will give people an idea of what kind of store this was. I think like the very like overly serious like salesman just looked at me just like as I entered, because obviously like the door makes a sound or something. It's like looked at me as I was looking there. I looked up at this person and I immediately turned back around again.
Nope.
It was kind of like that. It was like just a real-time experience with just me going like, okay, well, I see. Reenactments. Okay. So it was about that quick. So there you go. That was my last video rental store experience.
Sure.
Not a good note to end on.
Hey, but what an interesting one to end on. I mean, if you're gonna have a climactic finale to the end of physical media, boy, what an experience.
Not the climactic finale they were thinking of, but yeah.
Yes.
Come on! Fuck you! I hate this! Go! I hate this! I pay my bill! I pay my bill on time! Every month!
Our comment section when we pause the video.
I pay my bill on time. Does it? I mean, hold on. Doesn't it just like automatically charge you?
It's good, yes. I imagine some people probably have it so it doesn't automatically, and they have to do it like themselves. But yes, generally.
Okay. Yeah. Honestly, this would be like a good meme. It's like our audience.
Come on.
I feel like he's constipated. Please.
Okay, someone has to talk to Joey about getting shirtless. I feel like he does this every time, all the time. I mean, in the last skit, he starts taking off, he starts unbuttoning his jacket. In this one, he gets shirtless. In the Hatchet Fuel stuff, he gets shirtless. He becomes like a forest monster that's actually just a guy that wants to get rich. There, I mean, I swear to God, every appearance, we see his chest bare for all to see.
Yeah, you know something, actually, I don't recall if Starkid have ever done like a parody of Twilight. Maybe Tink Ambrose did one. Yeah, perfect casting for Jacob, I would have thought, all things considered. Yeah, see, there we go, exactly.
Oh my God, it's gonna happen!
Honestly, if he
Why?
hadn't been Pete,
Every time.
If Joey hadn't been Pete, he would have been Max Jaegerman.
Okay, look, Victor, I'm just saying.
It's more of an observation than a oh God. It was more of an observation than a complaint. And oh no.
This is a complaint. But also, he's also just not as hot as as I don't know, say the guy who played as Max Jaegerman. If he were getting shirtless all the time, then maybe, but you know.
I'm just like, okay, well, I'm gonna look somewhere else. Huh, nice couch. Yep.
It was a nice couch before they started chewing it.
Mm-hmm. Joey, you have beautiful eyes. Anyway.
We're gonna burn it down!
Burn it to the...
Oh,
There we go.
oh, it's back. Oh, great.
10 seconds later, no! Throws the drink. Ending freeze frame. Oh, okay, fair enough. And in all fairness, it was a while. You know, the first one was like, if it was like a minute, then it was 30 seconds. Now it's 1 hour and 8 minutes. That's not bad going, honestly. Given their luck before. Yeah, there we go. Sometimes you don't even need the reaction. So you don't even need to see the thing. You just need the reaction. I do know that there are some reacting channels that will just have will just like show themselves, and you hear like the footage in the background. Only time I think that's ever worked is when Emirichu did it for Avatar. Most of the times they're watching like copyrighted stuff, so they just want like to get, you know, they just want to have themselves there. I feel like you miss something if you don't have the footage, but then again, that's you miss something with our style too. So
I agree. I think a lot of the way that a lot of people do it is sometimes it's like a super copyrighted thing. They'll put like their logo or something like faintly on it, so that way it's like a bit like covered. But also they will have it where sometimes they will have it on screen and other times they won't. So that way it's not one continuous scene. And that's the way that a lot of people get around that stuff. Speaking of getting around copyright, you know, it is October. When are we doing that Grinch review?
Is this like the Halloween Grinch special?
Yeah, because remember at the last year we were like, oh, we should do this October for like Halloween. But do you want to record it or do you want to stream it? Because I don't know how picky they are about that stuff, you know?
Well, usually in my experience with streaming, they have to be a lot harsher because people try to go with more stuff. Because they can't go through like the checking system that you usually have. So yeah, we're probably better off recording that at some point.
Okay.
I think I've returning. Your rich friend calls an Uber. Is that the next video? No, apparently it's scientist living among wizards. That's the next video in the new viewers start here playlist. So I don't think I have your rich friend calls an Uber on here. Do I?
We'll get there eventually, I guess.
I guess so, yeah. I will say we don't have too many. There aren't too many sketch channels that will foreshadow their next video like this. Honestly, I could have seen, you know, Smosh doing this back in the day.
I think Markiplier did it for a little bit, anyways. Obviously not anymore, but
And then, whiskers from the ancient sea dragons of the Far East.
Looks like you've ripped off the legs of a toy spider.
An excellent addition, Cornelius. But we are still missing.
Oh, the aged extract of Emberbach.
You say an excellent addition, kind of implying that you have implying that this is like a that was like a garnish, like the flavor or something. This is like an actual ingredient.
Exactly, Mr. Fizzle. How lucky I am to be surrounded by such naturally talented wizards. Oh, Mark. Do you have anything to contribute to the potion experiment, Mark?
You don't have to.
Oh, look at the time! I gotta go get some things out of the dryer. Bye!
What potion were they making as well? That was the question.
Sorry, you know, it's like someone took my laundry out and put it on the dryer. Don't you hate when that happens? And it's
Well,
just, you don't...
the potion, Mark.
Oh, yes. May I present to you the magical serum of Diate Corke?
Wait, don't put you just put the bottle inside. I gotta mix the plastic in. What a scientist, everyone.
This is Dr. Doofenshmirtz making the global warming-inator.
The microplastic contaminator.
The Turtle Terminator!
Oh no.
And then,
the way that he traps Perry is just like in those like plastic bottle like ringlet things instead.
stone petrified tablets of Mendoza.
Beware, Perry the Platypus, I have a finger trap!
Alright. There. And stand back, just make it a little messy.
Great Merlin!
Sure, that's great, but you probably ruined whatever effect that potion was supposed to have.
Oh, is that the kind of climax that the video store had for you?
What they had in mind.
Fine work, Mark. Fine work. For now.
I thought it was doing like a twist or something, just like trying to. Anyway. Yeah.
Scientists living among wizards. Scientists living among wizards.
The Bill Nye reference is crazy.
He'll surely be killed. Scientists living among wizards.
All right, and now we have instead of the foreshadowing of the next time, you have Captain's vlog number 5. And speaking of this definitely was like a little bit later on for them, I think, considering
Captain's vlog number 5 is Peter Pan. Because there's Captain Hook there.
Oh, that shiny wizard. Yeah, I guess the wizard was probably the shiny wizard probably used like maybe that was what the potion was for, to make clothes shinier, or possibly to have the fabric match that of women's clothing.
Real.
The Lord Michael's been the title got me. I don't know who that is, so I guess I'm glad that you got something from that. All right, next video. So, oh, okay. This is fitting for what we just said right now. Next video is how you react. New episodes of The Amazing Race. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess we're gonna find out what the best way to react is for us. We'll see if the complaints are finally addressed.
Yeah, we're gonna react to the reactors.
Yeah. Hard to react when there's a new episode of your favorite show on your DVR. This thing still works? That's my reaction.
Hey man, that thing works more consistently than the VHS tapes did.
Well, the Door of the Explorer ones that we kept on getting over and over again, they were fine.
Oh, guys, I totally forgot. There was a new episode of The Amazing Race on last night, and it's on my DVR.
Cool, dude. I love that show.
Sweet.
in your head. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what was the punchline here? All right.
Holy shit.
What?
New episodes of The Amazing Race are on my DVR right fucking now.
Again!
Do we
Every
need a
time!
Do we need a Tin Can Bros drinking game every time that Joey takes his shirt off?
I think we just need a Joey Richter drinking can, because it's not just Tin Can Bros. It happened on Star Kid too.
Well, yeah, but then we get like 1 or 2 instances. I mean, if it's every video, then we need like a compilation. He's really into it now. And so is Fester, apparently.
You want to head back and watch it?
That's me earlier today when I was like, guys, new RCU game announced.
That is true, yeah. Yeah, she did say that's on the group chats.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. Should we start?
I'm really hungry.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to stop somewhere? Or should we just hit the grocery store, pick up
Order a
some
pizza
chips?
Or we
I
could
can
just
do
get
pizza.
pizzas that we could heat up in the oven.
And in their mind, they already had the pizza. Very appropriate. You know, I was going to say that that they were probably like underplaying the in your mind reaction a little bit at first because they were in the car. They didn't want to like be dangerous or anything. But nope. I was immediately corrected, so I didn't say anything before. And now they're just really emphasizing this, and they have more people in their own mind than that were in the car before.
And 3 people in the front.
Yeah.
I wonder where they're gonna go this season.
Oh, it's a new season. Oh, okay, then I can understand. Yeah, because if it's just one like random new episode thing, oh, okay, that's cool, but you know, whatever. But then if it's a new season, okay, I get that. Is that a bong? I literally looked away for 1 second. Yeah, but it's back. There it is. There it is, right there. Oh my goodness. That's not everything gets with water any day. One getting too sick from too much alcohol. Yeah, well, remember, like I think either of us drink alcohol. Last time I played a drinking game was actually on Ghosty's channel. If you want to watch that video,
I would like to.
we prepared like really awful like beverages for ourselves, like just mixing in random ingredients. And then I think we actually both got sick after that. But what happened was we took a sip every time that there was a plot hole that would come up in a later like AFMAL video. So we started like watching the big move. Every time there was a plot hole, we took a sip.
Sure. Also, I know safety, and here's the thing: drink responsibly, but at the same time, if you're drinking, you are acknowledging that you'll probably get sick. That's just part of the experience. I mean,
Ryan George did in fact point this out that technically speaking, whenever anyone has any alcohol, they are technically poisoning themselves.
No, absolutely, yes. It is pretty bad for your liver. That's again, drink responsibly. If you think that you will become addicted, probably not a great idea. If you think you can drink safely and responsibly, or maybe have a therapist or something to help you through that, then drink. Who cares?
Yeah, I just remember that after the first guy to get drunk sketch that Ryan George did, which by the way we could always include Ryan George in some of our weekly reactions at some point. But yeah,
the problem is that we've both seen a lot of Ryan George.
That is true. I'm not sure if Aiden has. Maybe Aiden's around.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, or if we finally drag Shorty out of the grave.
Yeah, again.
Of course, but yeah. So what I was saying for the first guy to get drunk sketch, yeah, that was the idea that it was still you using like berries or something, which like one of the original sources. It's like I think I've poisoned myself, but I feel okay. I feel like I want to do this again. It's like why would you do that again? You look terrible, and just the next is like hi there, hello. I feel absolutely awful. So it's like yes, I agree. You poisoned yourself. Of course you do. But then every other time that we had like different examples where it was like the bar sketch or something. It's like yes, I would like a cup of like poison, please. Like oh yes, how would you like your poison? Yeah, this is like a place I think everyone can come and poison themselves. Like he just ran with the joke for like a different video as well.
Yeah. Well, we as humans have evolved to be able to almost kill ourselves in many different ways and be perfectly fine. Like you,
I mean,
you have,
yeah.
like,
As a child, I used to eat like every part of the apple except for the stem, so I have mild cyanide immunity.
yeah. Speaking of cyanide immunity, that's the sort of stuff that's in cherries.
And in apple seeds, which is why I brought it up.
Yeah. No, and even spice actually, it's just a normal thing. In fact, it's a core part of cultures in our species. But the fact of the matter is, we were not meant to consume that.
No. Yeah, was that like breaking character, or was that like actually?
Fucking chill, man. Just fucking chill.
Oh, okay, never mind. The game pulled up. All right, fine. I was gonna say, was there like an actual like moment where Brian had to be like, "Oh wait, no, I need to actually focus on driving here."
Fucking chill.
Have the pizza.
Hide the pizza.
There's like a filming safe word whenever he had to like actually focus.
Take this. Chill. Fucking chill. Turn down the music.
Oh, I just like the eye thing to make sure you're not drunk. Okay.
Somebody turn down.
Got it.
Is there an officer problem?
Just say you were at a party.
Is there a problem, officer?
Close enough. There you go. Mind police. Nutmeg is an opioid and you can get high if you consume too much. Oh no.
We make
yeah.
things out of real crazy stuff.
This is true. I don't have enough pink lemonade vodka for a drinking game. Fair enough. If that is your drink of choice, I suppose that works too.
Hey man, look, if it's actually just vodka that tastes like pink lemonade, more power to you. Here's the thing. Alcohol, I just, because I don't really have any desire to get like drunk per se. I just like the taste. Same reason I drink coffee, because it never the caffeine doesn't wake me up per se. Obviously,
Yeah.
but I'm just there because I like the taste.
Yeah, I remember when some people explain the concept of drinking alcohol to me. They're like, "Oh, you don't drink it for the taste." It's like, then why would I bother?
Well, I will say, if you do want to drink for the taste, I do suggest margaritas. Those are pretty good.
Yeah. I think the person in question who's playing don't drink for the taste, was a guy, and I think they was probably under the impression of girl drinks versus man drinks or whatever, blah blah blah, that whole nonsense. Yeah.
Which, looking back on it, whenever I was explaining to my friend the few things of alcohol that I have tasted over my life, and I mentioned the margarita, and he was like, and this was before I came out too. This is before I myself even fully realized, and he was like, "Man, you and your girl drinks," and I'm like, I don't know, I just think it tastes good. And now I feel like I've just reinforced the stereotype.
You hear that, liberals? You drink girly drinks, you turn trans.
Real. They turn the frogs gay, and they
I was just thinking, make that an Alex Jones video.
Yeah, they're putting estrogen in our vodka.
That might make it taste better. I don't know. What does estrogen taste like?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. In a year or two, I'll come back and I'll tell you guys.
Perfect. Okay. Right. Moving on. Next video. What's on the playlist? Okay. WTF is wrong with my car. So another driving one. In which one of them seemed to be covered. I think it was with a newspaper over their torso, and it's not Joey. Okay.
Fester says they put tea in my tea.
Oh my goodness! Wait a minute. Can we just have imagine a spot like a sponsor of where instead of having regular like hormone pills or whatever, you just have them you mix them in drinks, so you have HRT as in actually spelled out.
Promoting.
Perfect idea there.
Man, and we can really just go all in on the promoting health.
Yeah.
We promote physical and mental health in one go, one drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations on the purchase of your new.
Oh, Fester called it the gender fluid.
the gender fluid, because transitioning should be a cup of tea.
God, that's so good. Oh my God, that's so good. We need this. We need to make this.
This is just the
That's the best tagline I've ever heard.
Super Carlin Brothers has Carlin Brothers coffee. Smosh has my favorite coffee. We have HRTs. That's the gender fluid.
Yeah.
There you go. Still better than Lunchables.
Vehicle. From time to time, you may experience malfunctions and/or technical difficulties. But not to worry, your vehicle is equipped with a state-of-the-art alert system. So here's a handy guide for the next time you ask, what the fuck is wrong with my car?
How come they sped up the Kevin MacLeod song?
What?
Check your engine.
Okay, what's wrong with it?
For the record, for like actual driving tests, they actually get you to memorize some of this stuff.
Your engine.
You can't give me anything more than check your engine.
Check.
Classic
serious,
UK
or is it-
moment. We don't have that. That's
Oh,
not
okay.
a thing.
It's just like a computer.
We just know how to
malfunction
drive
where-
the damn thing. That's why we have mechanics.
Yeah, they've.
Which, might I add, is a whole other can of worms. Mechanics are kind of complained about because they charge a bit more than they probably should.
I mean, we also have mechanics here, but yeah, I don't know. Well, also, I'm not sure if this is the thing where that you do over there, but also we have like the MOT exam over here, which is like if your car is over 3 years old, every year it has to get like checked to make sure it's still like road safe.
To take the car into the
Check
dealer.
your engine. Check your engine. Check your
Come
engine.
on!
Check it.
It was
Check
fine
it.
yesterday.
You're gonna wreck it, or you're gonna
Piece of
check.
Well, yeah, it was fine yesterday before the light came on, so now there's clearly a problem. Check your engine.
Shit, car.
You'll
Can
regret
you
it
be
if you
more
don't check it.
specific?
Check your
Can you-
engine.
This
Check
is
your
very
engine.
unclear.
Check your engine.
This is very
Check your
unclear.
engine. Check your engine.
What?
That was easy.
This is okay. This is like that one time where I was on a group call with Aiden and Emily, and Emily was going over how, and I think she'd found she'd found like the questions for like an autism test or something, and the question itself was like was you were in a football field or like a stadium or something earlier in the day, and after you left, you realized that you lost your glasses or something. But then you go back to the field to look for them. What do you do? And then the point of that was if you say like, oh, you know, I'll just look for them or something. But then Aiden started asking like a bunch of like more specific questions or something. It's like, okay, well, where was I before in the field? You know what? Like, what does the field look like? Is it still empty? And the point is, if you ask a bunch of other questions, that usually is a sign of autism. Obviously in conjunction with the rest of the questions, because it's, you know, they analyze more things. So that's why it just reminded me of that, because now just like ask all these questions, like check the engine first, you might be able to see the problem. If you don't, then elaborate further.
So there's a few things that have just trivia wise about that sort of stuff. But one of the biggest complaints actually is that a lot of times they will just give you a sheet of paper and they'll expect autists to, or, you know, people coming in to see if they have autism, should I say, to write it down. And the problem is that it's designed for neurotypicals, right? So it's a neurotypical asking this question that is not going to be perceived the right way by an autist if you are autistic generally. And so that's one of the biggest complaints.
If the question isn't perceived correctly, is that not then what they're looking for?
Sure. The problem is they won't know. So you have to have a face-to-face thing. Otherwise, it's not going to get across.
Well, yeah. Well, I thought that they did the test face-to-face with somebody.
Some do.
How that was. Yeah,
Others,
I guess if it's
will
purely
just give you the sheet.
Okay, if it's purely online or if it's like on the sheet or something, then yeah, that feels like a BuzzFeed quiz. But if you have the person there with you to analyze that, yeah, then that's different.
Yeah. So
because also if they're looking for people to ask questions, if they ask questions or not, then surely they must have somebody there to ask the questions too. Otherwise, you're just yelling at a computer screen, being like, "What are the answers? Tell me!" Like, that's not going to do anything.
Well, that's the thing. That is part of one of the leading causes to underdiagnosis for it, which is, well, that and being an AFAB person, because there's not much research into that. But generally speaking, one of the biggest factors into underdiagnosis is the fact that for such a long time, and they have started to realize this over time, where it's like, hey, you can't just give an autistic person this sheet because these aren't the sort of things that they understand, or that we understand more accurately. So you need you need a face-to-face thing for the things to get across. And if they don't get across whenever the person starts asking questions like that, that's the sort of thing that the psychologist or psychiatrist is going to look at and be like, okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, well, that's what Emily's point was. The fact that you asked the questions. So again, like I said before, you need somebody there to assess that, because otherwise you were just yelling at your phone or your screen, or just like at the piece of paper being like, what do I do here?
Yeah.
Like,
you are 100% right, and you've gathered that much quicker than years of psychiatric resources did. I don't know what to tell you.
I thought they were all face to face beforehand. I just assumed that people would got onto.
Nope. So a lot of them are nowadays, but for the longest time, no. And even now, there are still some that aren't quite. Yeah, face to face meetings with this sort of stuff is always important, because especially if you're talking about neurodiversity stuff, it's not going to work out the way you hope if you just give them a sheet of paper.
Yeah, unless you have a place that just says any questions right here. But then obviously, what happens if you have writing issues as well? But anyway.
Let's try another.
Well, and even then, though, that kind of, because if you word it like that, then the question is, okay, because you have one spot for that, then it's like, okay, questions about what?
There you go. Well, I was in my head. I imagined that the actual question you're being asked is on one side, and then the area to write questions for the question would be on the other side, matching itself. But again, maybe that wouldn't be obvious either. Maybe they'll just have one like blank page or something to write every single question you ever had on the whole thing. Yeah, of course. Why would that not be a thing?
Hey man, we made a lot of weird decisions in the mental health field before we got to where we are now.
Yeah, which, by the way, I love this answer. I will check my head because I forget that I'm wearing them. That actually is a really good answer, I think. Anyway.
You need gas.
Okay. Do you think I can make it to the post office before I have to fill up?
Maybe. You need gas, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously you can't. The sign that says like, "Oh yeah, you're running out," doesn't know where the nearest station is. That's like a GPS question, if that.
Yeah.
Also, I found this out again while I was learning to drive. That my car specifically, when it shows that it's empty, it actually has a little bit of reserve so that you can make your way to a gas station before you have a problem. So it alerts you, and then it gives you time. So this shouldn't be an issue.
It shouldn't be, but most cars are not quite like that. That's definitely a newer thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough then. Yeah, this is still, I guess, probably 2014, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed the fact that he has like his hands. It's not even like a shirt; it's a bodysuit because he's got orange hands. Anyway. You need gas. I said you need gas. Okay.
Oh,
I
also,
want to drive if I'm learning anything or not. Well, you're learning that apparently UK cars have advantages,
or just newer cars. Again, the cars have changes all the time.
That was a question like before when we're talking about the indicator thing or the exam in question. Yeah.
Okay, I know I need gas. But do you think I can make it 10 miles to the post office and back home again before I have to fill up my gas tank?
You need gas.
Come on!
Another.
I mean, yeah, why not just go to the gas station first, then the post office, and then back home?
Case closed. How about this?
Because it might not be convenient. Because it might not be convenient.
Well, I mean, it's gonna be more inconvenient to run out of gas and have to walk to the place, you know?
Huh?
Yes,
TPMS?
but you know.
What does that mean? Is that serious?
TPMS.
Why are you getting
TPMS?
louder? Why
I was gonna ask what that means. I don't think we have that sign here.
are you getting
TPMS!
Shit.
TPMS!
Okay, I'm pulling over.
TPMS!
I'm pulling over.
TPMS! TPMS!
Yeah, Chad, does anyone actually know what that means? Because I have no idea.
Shit. TPMS. What does the symbol look like?
An exclamation mark inside of a horseshoe! TPMS!
Oh, so this is a replacement for the light and not just an addition onto it. Okay, that's definitely worse.
Okay. Oh! TPMS. Tire pressure monitoring system, right?
TPMS!
All right! Yeah, we got it!
TPMS! TPMS!
What does that mean?
Just turn into a Pokemon.
It means your tire's about to fucking die. Call someone.
Yeah.
It means you're spending money today.
Looks like you're good to go. Happy driving.
I don't think you are good to go in that situation then. Are you? I don't think you are in that instance. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that was that. Because my downloader lets me download 10 videos at once, we can either stop here at halfway through and continue next time, or we can or we can continue towards the end. We can have the other 5 videos.
Why not the other 5? Sure.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I was like, we did take a while to get going, so I guess that's why the stream has got to the stage that it has.
These are also really bite-sized pieces, you know? So it's like, you know.
Yeah, okay then. What was the next one then? I scrolled down too far. Okay. Okay, next one is Christmas sweater NSFW.
Speaking of that video store again.
Well, I was thinking more of the Joe ripping off his shirt thing, but yes, fair enough.
Oh, see, genuinely, the other thing. Well, okay, this one shot reminds me of both. It's
a Wonderful Life.
No, it reminds me of the Mandela Catalog, and also Max Payne. But the Christmas sweater thing that reminded me of, again, SpongeBob, where SpongeBob made like a sweater out of like his hair or something for Squidward, and Squidward's like, no.
SpongeBob has hair?
Yeah, it's a thing they point out on occasion. He just has hair.
Okay. I know that Patrick can grow hair canonically, but
Yes.
with his mind.
Yeah, you know, SpongeBob has never been consistent. Yeah, sometimes he has hair, sometimes he doesn't.
Okay.
And in this one, he did that, and Squidward's like, fuck off, Bob Square or whatever. And so
yeah, that sounds a lot like Squidward, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then Bob Square goes like later on is like, I'm so sad. I made a sweater out of my tears.
I'm not putting that thing on. And then like it cries and it gets like larger. I don't know. I haven't seen that episode. Anyway, could be algae growing on a sponge.
It was an eyelash sweater. That was
okay. There we go. That makes sense. Okay.
He does have hair sometimes though. That is still a thing.
I can't believe we set up all these gosh darn decorations and no one's showing up to our fucking Christmas party.
By the way, I can't tell if the lip sync is off in the actual video because like anachronisms, or if it's like our stream doing that. So check out the original playlist if you want to see the lip synced version, because I know how to fix that.
I remember back in the day when that was like a real problem. Just all the time you would watch shows and movies and stuff, and the lip syncing would always be off because of a bug. And I remember it took years until that was just never a problem again. But that was a big thing that everyone just knew of back in the day.
Yeah, well, the old screen recorder that I used up until 2019 had that issue. If you use like their like audio recording inside the app, which is one of the reasons I learned to edit in the first place. I was tired of that.
Well, you can say that again.
This December has really sucked a big one.
Well, you can say that again.
This December.
Again. I can deal with my girlfriend leaving me and losing my job right before the holiday, but this is just the fucking icing on the cake.
Well, what do you say we just take a nibble of that there poinsettia leaf and poison ourselves to death, huh?
It's fake.
I mean, you could drink alcohol, so that'll poison yourselves.
Say?
Well, we can always go the way of drowning ourselves in a bottle of whiskey and blowing our...
Hey!
This definitely... there we go, yeah. This definitely, by the way, seems like, seems like more of the like, you know, been around for 100 years digital camera type of thing that Tink and Bro seem to market themselves as, even to this day.
fucking brains out.
I like that. Let's shake on it.
Merry Christmas, my friend.
Huh?
Hello,
Huh?
boys. Sorry I'm late, but I've got something to make it up to you.
Oh wow, all three of them have speaking roles for once.
We don't want any.
Fuck you and cheer up.
And yes, they're definitely doing this for, you know, to have the voice, yeah.
When you're out of luck or under the weather, just put on that fucking
Oh,
sweater.
okay.
When things just fucking suck, just remember.
Also, the voice you're thinking of is transatlantic. It's not a real accent, but it was done very early on due to audio issues. And it's part of the reason why the British accent is so well known to us now. I know we came from Britain, but obviously no one sounds British anymore. But it's part of why it's such a big thing even to this day in our culture. Just because our old movies have like a hint of it, and it's like a cross between British and American. But it's not a real accent. It was just made for the films.
I remember there's a ProZD sketch where he does like different like versions of this one like Sears app, not the Sears ad, I mean, that I didn't know about, but one of them was old timey film, and that was that. So obviously full black and white filter, very choppy editing, and just speaking extremely quickly. It's like, I thought you said you would call Sears. I will call tomorrow. You'll call now. I'll call now. Anyway.
That special time of year to spread some holiday cheer. Forget sending a letter.
I almost wish they had like the old like microphone filter and kept the black and white, but I guess if you want to show a different color of the sweater, you've got to change it to the modern version.
Well,
Okay,
it's not just that. Remember, he came in and said, "Fuck you, cheer up," and then it like blew up the lighting. I think the point is to show that this is now them being happy, and so it is no longer a grim and dark world.
Mm-hmm. If Britain won, would it be called the USK? The
No, it'd be
United
called
States
Britain.
of Kingdom? The United States of Kingdom. I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, no, it would just be Britain, Great Britain, just like it was before we revolted.
Come on a sweater, cause everybody loves reindeer. Get on a sweater. It's guaranteed to make you feel better. Just put on that fucking sweater. It's what you need to bring you together.
Oh, hey, it's Dylan Saunders and
Just put on that fucking sweater.
more people involved.
Full Santa sleigh. That's not what they're doing today. They've skipped the mistletoe. Just thought that you should know they're fucking each other in every which way.
Okay, there we go. Now I understand the title and the NSFW part.
Show some high.
Was that the same forest where they recorded Virginity Rocks? That'd be extra ironic, wouldn't it?
It would be, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Didn't it remind her that Joe voiced a character in Legend of Korra? Which character?
Holiday spirit. Come on, let me hear it. Fucking on a sweater, fucking on a sweater, fucking, fuck. On a sweater. You fucking on.
I mean, they're. I was going to say if they're doing that on the sweater, they're wearing the sweater. How does that work mechanically?
They got an
I'm
extra
gonna
sweater.
use that blank page of questions there. A metal bender in Salfu. Okay. Oh, was it an unnamed character? In that case.
Fucking sweater.
now the video syncs up. Fantastic. I love streaming sometimes. I'm going to have faith that this is not a real website, but I'm not going to check.
I am. It's a .com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It is!
Oh wow, you found
Kind
the
of.
You found the website for the video store I went to.
Yeah, well, I did, yeah. You didn't mention that it was Amazon. Yeah,
Does it
so-
redirect you to an Amazon link?
Yes. So if you type in this, it will redirect you to an Amazon page of the sweater they have.
Okay.
So blue, green, or red. Wonders.
Now I see why showing the colors was so important. All right, moving on to Is This a Trash?
We just watched it.
Yeah, not Is This Trash, Is This a Trash? That's the name of the video.
I've in the
What?
red for the red sweater is this image as promotion.
That's not a complete sentence, but okay, we'll leave it there then. All right.
Oh yeah, sorry, I sent in the butter bunch.
Oh, okay.
I figured that would just be an assumption you would make.
Not really, but okay. All right, then I'll. This is going to be a fantastic image to have saved on my computer. All right. Oh, that's right. I can't add overlays on
Damn it.
this
Here,
version of
is there-
StreamYard.
Is share
I
screen.
mean, you can. I was gonna say, yeah, you can share your screen if you're on the website.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Whoa, hold on. I just realized that my address is there.
Okay, forget it. I'll just do it. Clearly, this is
Be funny to wear them to a family dinner and see who notices. Well, I'm sure. See, here's the thing: was this like intent? Were they hired by the producers of this shirt as like to make this like an ad, or did they just
How
find
do
the
they
shirt?
make the shirts? Okay, here we go. That's the thing.
Oh, see, I just went straight to the Amazon page.
I know you did, but then that pan exposed your address, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just do the thing that won't do that then.
Let's not dox ourselves, baby. Shut up, okay? I'm not the only one on this channel that did that once.
This is true. It wasn't me, by the way. The following is a public service announcement.
Hi, we're the Tin Can Brothers.
And though we may specialize in comedic sketches, why we're here today is no laughing matter.
We may wear masks to entertain and play, but right now these masks are coming off. So we can
Oh, they should have made like a crunching sound effect or something. Like, these masks are coming off. Ah!
talk about something much more serious.
Trash. It's all around us.
Always lingering.
Never leaving.
This just feels like, you know, when in high school theater class where you get told, okay, you're going to do a public service announcement today. This is your sketch or something. This is what people present.
A lot of people know this, but almost everything is a trash.
Or is covered by something that can be a trash.
Or will eventually become a trash.
That's called built-in obsolescence. It's an after effect of capitalism.
It's an epidemic that's sweeping the nation. Nay,
Well, sweeping internationally, Garbage Island and all.
the world.
Now we don't mean to scare you, but this problem can be
Ryan couldn't afford shoes, apparently. No, he could afford them. He just put them in the trash. They became a trash.
easily fixed with your help.
But first, let's be pretty clear about what trash actually is, how you can identify it, and what you can do to stop this horrific plague.
this a trash?
Is this a trash?
Is this a trash?
This isn't.
But this is.
Well, I mean, a lot of that is more of a recycling than a trash, but whatever.
I think that's what this is leading to. I think it's the idea of separating like what is recycling, what isn't, and it's just a global message.
Fun fact, actually. Over here in Spain, they have different colored recycling bins for different materials. Like you've got like yellow for plastics, blue for paper and cardboard, and green for glass.
Nice. We just have blue and green.
We hope that helps. It sure clears up things.
Oh, what's the distinction then between blue and green for you?
Just trash and recycling.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like yeah. Okay,
Things
fine.
for us.
But guys, when I know I have a trash, what do I do?
Great question, Corey. That's what a trash can is for. In 2 simple steps.
They definitely, again, anachronisms. They definitely recorded this a long time ago before 2014 and released it.
I can pick up a trash and then place
Wow. Don't allow your trash to fester. Anyway.
it into the
Oh, like Frost Player did it. I forget his name. Derek in Legend of Vantress, where he pretended to break his nose. Yeah. Well, he was playing Klutzy at the time, but yes, that's yeah, and he went over how he did that actually. That sound effect. Apparently, you have to like use your thumbs or something, and like the sound with your teeth. Like you have to scrape your teeth with your thumbs, and then like like that or something like that. Yeah, that was how.
I hate that.
trash can.
Oh, well, I guess it worked.
Disposing it from sight.
Ye gaps. The bin is full.
It's in sight.
Oh, what do we do now?
Well,
I think I can take it from here, Joey. Simply take out the trash bag that's in the bin.
Whoa, there's a bag?
Yup. And it goes right outside to the bigger trash.
Right. That was like a puberty moment.
I think the idea was to use it as like a transition, but they didn't remember the exact way they said it.
Yeah, well, yeah, all the audio levels.
that.
In California, you have blue for recycling and blue for green for food and yard clippings. Yeah, yeah. We also have in my county from in the UK we have one for food recycling, but or for food waste I should say, and that's the distinction. But actually, that's not a thing everywhere in the UK. Weirdly.
Do you have a yard clippings box? Apparently.
Don't think so.
Who cares?
Then again, most of our yard clippings either get used again for fertilizing purposes for allotment, or for or it gets taken somewhere else and disposed of separately.
But if we can get
probably the
this
responsible way of doing things.
Yeah.
By
Throwing away our trash.
And taking the trash out when it's full.
then we can all help make the world
Or at least our apartment.
A better place, Liam.
There we go. That's the punchline.
So, you guys made this whole thing just because you didn't want to just tell me to take out the trash?
No. It was just on TV.
we recorded it for you to watch.
But you guys know how passive-aggressive that is, right?
I mean, it's definitely aggressive if you just like directly call the person's name
That
out.
wasn't us. Those were actors.
Yeah, that guy had a beard. I don't have a beard.
You guys are fucking sociopaths.
This is a public service announcement, nothing more.
But it had a great message though, right? Really makes you think.
Fuck you guys.
Glad you liked it,
Oh, there you
dude.
go.
Also, you forgot your bottle?
I don't know, should we throw it away or maybe you could do it? It's pretty easy!
Liam!
My leg! My leg! I don't know. Well, that was an interesting one. I was for some time I was thinking like, okay, they're doing this whole like no laughing matter thing. They're like very clearly like displaying all this stuff, and wait a minute, where is this going? So that was a slow build for sure, but okay, it was an alright build.
Yeah, I was like, well, all of this is true. What do I say about any of this? Yeah.
Yeah. I just remember that Legend of Adventures because how Gideon reacted. Well, yeah, it was in his head. Or if we just mean like Mace having like one of his laughing fits too.
Bill Cipher versus the Legends of Evantris.
Yeah, you know what? I've seen a lot of people have been doing like Evantris reactions to like just their shorts, without knowing really the context behind them. So actually, considering that I definitely have a lot of Evantris deep lore, maybe that's something that we should also do as like a recorded video at some stage. Or it could be a stream too, but you know, either way works. Okay. Next video. The Great Race, the thing that was on Joey's DVR before.
No. That was the Amazing Race.
Oh, that's right. Yes,
A synonym.
But legally distinct. The Tank Brothers present the Great Race. Mayor announces greatest race of all time. The mayor looks very happy in that picture. If it was $1, naturally. Extra, papers for sale. Honestly, I would love to see a television show that's made in this style, just to see if it would perform well or not. Like as like an artistic experiment, that'd be a fascinating idea. I also love the silent film acting of "We can't stay still for a second." I don't even know those fellas.
To be fair, whenever it's a silent film, the definition of dead air is literally just non-movement.
A Chimpoblo. Bet on strike, nerd! You're going to the slammer! Anyway. Keep messing up the character and player names for Legends of Evantris. That's fair. Alright then. Well, that's why I will be there for the Evantris reaction that we are definitely doing now. Alright. Okay, chaps. The winner of the race gets a photo shaking hands with the mayor. My George, and a key to the city.
And a key to the city, huh?
Yeah. I always, that was like, as a child, that concept just threw me for a loop. It's like, are cities locked? I've been to many cities. Why does anyone need a key to get into them? Anyway. Not to mention a kiss from the mayor's daughter. That's a lot of prizes. Oh, but I like how... Oh, I guess they're all going to have a fantasy about, like, one of the different prizes. That's a nice idea. Ah, yes, a nose rub is equivalent to a kiss. I will run the race, for I am the eldest. It should be me, I am the smartest. And you smoke far too little tobacco to be a good driver? In the name of love, I will be the victor.
Isn't that the 3 qualities that was in the About Me section for their...
Well, one of them was the dreamer, one of them was the engineer, the other one is the muscle, so they're not quite matching, but yeah, Brian the engineer was the smartest, so that one makes sense. Anyway, did someone say Victor? Victor, get out of here! Oh, Victor Vile, the richest man in town. Oh,
Man.
that's wait, that kind of reminds me of a character from Wacky Racers, whose last name is Dastardly.
See, what I like is how we go from the global warming video to the Victor Vile. Sorry, he's poisoning me, but fucking hell.
you say his name, and that's the reaction.
Yeah, I'm about to throw up. Yeah, Sorry, capitalism. It just.
No, that case is like it would be like a running gag or something, where it's like they're basically like the band name. So you say Victor Vile, they'll go every time.
Yeah, I love how we go
Like
from the global warming, throw away your trash and recycling video, to Victor Vile, the richest man in town. I feel like they were having an arc here.
He's a trash magnet, yeah. Dylan Dawson, yeah, that was his name, definitely that was his, 100%. Anyway, tobacco was seen as healthy before. I know it's seen as healthy before the 60s. I get that, but was it seen as enhancing your driving skills? That's what I was getting at.
Being a man did that.
I heard somewhere that apparently the first car crash happened when there were only 2 cars in the world, and they just like saw a random woman like walking by. I don't know if that's true or not, but I just heard that story. Why don't you all run the race? Good idea. May the best brother win. You also think that I just realized. Yeah, of course. I just realized something. In silent films, the way that they do the captions and such, obviously that's because like that's edited into like the film reel, so they just have that on repeat. What I wonder is, did no one ever think to like just stick the captions like onto the on top of the film reel before it was projected? I don't know. Together they are strong, but divided they shall fall. Apes alone weak, apes together strong.
Dude, okay, I had a big we all just big monkey moment the other day. It was the day before National Coming Out Day. And I was walking back to my dorm, and they were doing like, they were giving out cupcakes and like, Rice Krispie treats, and they had like flags and stickers, and so you can sign the giant pride flag they had. And I eyeballed it for a second, questioning what was happening, and thinking, should I go? Oh no, I don't know. And then the guy for the culinary end goes over there and is like, hey, you want a cupcake, don't you? And I'm like, yeah. And so I go, and then after I left, having signed the flag and taken 2 desserts with me, I look at my hands and I go, man, my ape brain just decided for me, I think.
Torbeck, this is it. This is Frost. It's speaking in your mind. You do not want another cookie. Okay. No, do not take it. Whatever you want to do not take the cookie. You're full, okay? Have another cookie, Torbeck. Okay.
I don't know, man. I saw that and I was like, despite us, fighting for rights and respect and all that, God, we're all just big fucking monkeys. I cannot believe I sat there wondering what I was gonna do, and then they were like, "Oh, you want a cupcake, huh?" And I'm like, "Oh boy."
Well, boy, howdy, you should have run with that. Oh my goodness. That's another Alex Jones video in the making. Victor Violet. Hold on, let me try that again. Victor Violet. They will try Victor. One time I actually got I got told off by the music teacher who was like in charge of like one of the musical numbers in the musical that we were doing that year. And where basically because it was Godspell. One of the songs in Godspell is We Beseech Thee, and part of it is there's a part where it goes like, sick, we come to thee for cure, evil, we long to be made pure. Something I can't remember the rest of it. Oh, that was there. Evil to be made pure was like the third part. We beseech thee, hear us. But what we did for that was because we had to like do like actions on it. So like we had to be like, I was guilty. That was it. So we had like guilty, evil. But for sick, what we did was we just went like retched over like sick like that. So of course, because normally what you get told in school plays is that is constantly they want to like see like more energy, more acting up or whatever. I, of course, decided, okay, I'm gonna fully commit to this. I went like sick like that every single time.
I love
to the
the
point
idea. I love
to
the
the point
idea
where
of you
the
going.
teacher came in and was like, okay, you need to stop doing that. It's like, turn it down. I was like, what do you mean? Am I being told for being too good? Excuse you.
I love the idea of you going sick and then just like as you're saying it, like collapsing onto the ground and start like writhing.
Okay, no, I had some limits. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, but that is the thing that I look back on consistently as far as like how many times that like directors like told like a whole group of people to give it more and more energy, and I didn't clock on to the fact that I was already giving far more energy than a lot of other people that were having that note made to them. So I just kept on going like higher and higher. So that was what happened also in primary school. Whenever I told the story before, but whenever we were doing like song numbers, which is what we did a lot of those actually. There was a big emphasis on like communal singing. Weirdly enough, I wonder why I like choir so much. But like almost every time the note everyone would get was like, okay, we can't hear you. You need to be louder. To be louder. We need to hear over the music. No one's gonna understand you. We think about people in the back row. So every time it's like, oh, okay, I'll be louder and louder and louder. And then, not realizing that everyone else was, that most of the people were like relying on me to have the volume, and so then they got told to be louder again, which meant that I kicked in again. So it was just a whole feedback loop.
The idea of you going.
It took years to realize. Oh, wait a minute.
Man, you just going over there like scream to the gods. Say!
Okay,
Think
I
of
wasn't
the
turning
back
Super
row, Sean.
Like, the thing is, it was never just to me. That's what should have been the giveaway. That was always to the group, and I was like, okay, all right. I guess we've all got to be louder then.
We've all made equal mistakes. Sick. Hey, be a bit louder. Sick. Meanwhile, you. Sick. Sick.
Yep. As long as I didn't do a pitch perfect. Well, there's a lot that happens in pitch perfect. What specifically should I not have? Oh, wait, you mean like I mentioned choirs? So yeah, I was never in an a cappella choir. That did sound like fun, to be fair, but just never ended up happening. Anyway, then I will be the victor. Oh, but you are the victor. Oh. The training. That was like almost like it was his line. The training begins. On this channel. Oh, the vomiting. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, from Aubrey. Yeah, no, I didn't actually vomit on stage. I just made like a like sounds. That was it.
Hey, man, you could have. You know, if you really wanted to be part of the craft, you would have done it. You would have puked all over that teacher's floor.
The method acting was just all of like the boundary mics that were set on the ground to also help us project.
Yeah.
Even though we're still told to be louder despite the boundary mics, which of course resulted in exactly what you think it resulted in. Anyway. I remember, it was Koya was the muscle. So again, interesting that this is all meant to be. Oh wait, is it? Maybe if I misinterpreted this, is that I for some reason thought they were to do with like driving, but maybe it was actually just a foot race the whole time. There's been so many like car videos that I just completely missed that. I was also thinking of again Wacky Racers from Hanna-Barbera. Yes. Okay. That was one rep. You did with one arm. Gotta work on both sides equally. No one's gonna notice this. Oh, I guess. Wait, so the bar wasn't designed to
I
support
think
the
that
weights were
says
there?
something about your own strength. If it's like, what am I supposed to take? You can't pick it up, but you can snap the bar.
Which was supposedly designed to lift the weights that they themselves brought with them. Ryan is injured and cannot race.
No, he isn't.
I guess he could his back. Maybe, I don't know. I thought it was going to hit Victor in the head.
As he sniffs the glue, did you see that?
Yeah. I remember when I found out when again another school story when we're going over like a list of drugs because we obviously for education purposes. Look, glue was on the list. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean? Like, is that like a code for something? Is this like a slang term or something? But no, they've just meant actual glue. It's like, oh, wait a minute, what? That's a thing.
Yeah, you also sniff.
Yeah.
You also sniff Sharpies.
Yeah, which but both things that I guess because of lack of sense of smell never occurred to me, and thank goodness they didn't, because I 100% would have been that child who'd been curious enough to try that.
Dude, imagine the butterfly effect of that. Jacob, years later, is just getting high, and it all started from Sharpies and glue all the time.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, yeah, kids will huff anything, exactly. Apparently that was a huge problem in the 90s, actually.
Well, yeah, because kids figure out they can get high off of it, and are like, oh boy.
Yeah, I don't even know what getting high was at that point. But I guess, like, naturally that, like, if that develops an addiction, you're not going to consider that.
Well, yeah, it's also like, I mean, you can like something without knowing what it is as well. It's like, oh, I don't know what this is, but I enjoy the feeling.
Yeah. Okay, how did he manage to take his hand off the ball before? He had like two hands on it, and then he like took one off. Or I guess maybe didn't like. I guess Victor didn't paint the whole ball with glue, which you would think. Did he know like the exact part that Joe was going to put his hand on? Because otherwise, oh my goodness. Anyway, Joe's also injured. Whatever. Me and Derek, sharpest make you high. Yeah, this is the double-edged sword between like obviously you have to like teach kids about drugs so they know what to avoid, but you're also therefore telling them what to seek out if they decide to seek out something. So it's one of those things where it's like it's a lose-lose situation, because ultimately if you don't want to have your first exposure to the idea of drugs being like being like someone in a back alley or something being like, yes, try this thing, there are no negative side effects whatsoever. You want to be you want to like have some knowledge about that first of all. But that does sometimes end up in the opposite, and yeah, I know that Dare was a massive failure as a campaign anyway, but that's just I feel like that specific part is universal.
I know the Ninja Turtles had an anti-drug campaign at one point.
I mean, I wonder why. Half of them sound like they're high anyway. The day of the race,
which is what I actually saw a lot of people say is like, hey, why are they doing it when Mikey looks like he gets high every day?
Yeah, that sounds. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Is the mayor's daughter participating, or she just be like, hi, remember what you're shooting for? Me? Okay, I will leave now. I guess only 2 participants are here now. Okay, she looked down at his feet. She would have noticed that. I know that like old-timey female characters were practically useless, but come on. That's a little bit too much. This is the thing that I see, like, whenever I watch an old film or something, there's like a huge fight sequence or something, and then And then you just see one of them, even like to the extent like Back to the Future, even like not that old. But like you just see an example of like, you know, like stop it, Biff, stop it. It's like, do something. What are you just standing there going, stop it? That's not gonna work.
Yeah, like, stop it, just punch the bitch.
Or they'll do the thing where they just like open palm, just like slap the person, like, no, stop it. Like that kind of thing. It's like, has that ever helped in any situation ever? You stop it. Well, yeah, like have you shown it? Yeah. Well, that was like, especially US shows, because that was like a huge presidential.
Yeah, I think Sonic had one as well.
Well, like Sonic had a whole bunch of PSAs, but so I can imagine.
Well, I mean, it helps whenever Sonic had the reputation of the cool thing in school. It's like, drugs and not cool.
Yeah. I live life in the fast lane, but that doesn't mean that you should try to speed up your life with drugs. I don't know. I haven't seen the PSA.
I live life in the fast lane, but that doesn't mean you too should try speed.
My speed is all natural.
I grew these baddies all on my own, and points to his feet.
Well, I mean, in the law, he partly has the shoes to help him, but yeah, fair enough. As soon as I see drugs, I get out there as fast as I can.
Whoa, no!
Curses! I want to get Sonic high so I can capture him.
Oh no, Dr. Eggman is trying to make me inebriated.
He just sets up like a smoke bomb in Sonic's path, and suddenly was like, I suddenly feel a lot more relaxed. You know what, Eggman? I will go with you.
Oh wow, we have a new van. At the end, Eggman gets at the end he gets caught, and it's like in Sonic wags his fingers. I imagine it's Eggman. Not cool.
Guess what? That was caffeine the whole time. You just helped me. Caffeine instead. Oh right. Okay. Yeah. You're talking about different examples. Yeah. That's why you brought up caffeine.
See, Boy Meets World had a lot of interesting stuff going on there. That was one of the big things that was a complaint for Girls Meets World, because it didn't have quite as many like genuine, serious topics.
Yeah, I don't think it ran for long enough to really get to that stage.
Well, no, I mean they decided to do a communism episode and a religion episode where they misrepresented both. Oh, and an autism episode. All of those were very misrepresented, by the way. In fact, if I recall, the end of the communism episode, which again was not representing real communism, but the American concept of communism. I think it ended with Riley and the gang realizing that communism is bad and having a moment of silence while standing to the flag.
That tracks.
And it's crazy. And the worst part is some of the worst episodes are the ones that got awards. But you know, but
it definitely shows who they were appealing to then. But yeah.
Yes. Boy Meets World, on the other hand, the second these characters went to college, they had like a whole episode about power dynamics and why it's like bad when a professor takes advantage of his female students. And it's like, whoa, this is really fucking like they had a court case. Like, what the fuck?
Well, I hope it was better than the court case in Nightmare Daycare from yesterday.
I say court case. I don't know if it was ever taken to court. I think they did have a meeting, I remember, at the college though.
That was more of a reference to like the Guts review episode from yesterday, but yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that was the episode where I think Corey punched the teacher after he found out that the teacher was hitting on Topanga. And Corey got suspended for a little bit, and the teacher, I think, got fired.
Yeah.
But he almost got away with it. Women's World went to some dark places sometimes for their messages. They're good messages, but
I think that was kind of the point, yeah. Damsel in distress? Nah, I want a boy love interest to be in distress instead. What would be the boy version of damsel in distress?
Just a damsel
that's a good
in distress,
question.
Right? I mean, Does damsel
Well,
is damsel a feminine
I'm
word?
fairly certain, yes. Yeah, but say there would be different thing. I think that there have been some examples. I'm trying to think of some right now because there's like one in my head that I don't remember the exact name of.
Daniel in distress.
I mean, sure. I don't think damsel's like an actual name, but for now we'll go with Daniel. Sure, that works. Anyway, this character again. Not again. Why would you go to the same newspaper stand? Not just asking for it. Also, yeah, definitely jump over there. Go back to the city hall. Of the to be continued. Ah, so it is a full TV show. Again, I would love if there was like an actual series that was set up in this way in the modern day, just to see what it would be like.
You can always make this. This is an option for you.
This is true, yeah. Well, although I would definitely, I would need to find if I do it in live action, I need to like actually find other actors in order to do that. But yeah. Also, that could work if I find people like over here, I don't have to like have them do it in English because I can do all the captions. Anyway, probably damsel's French origins. There's a male equivalent, which is damoiseau. Okay, that makes. Oh yeah, of course, because this was L would be like the yeah, well, not in that spelling, but it would be the feminine version. That makes sense. Well, this episode goes well. Ryan and Maya, I think they told their friends something like, "You're going to tell them you're not autistic, right?"
Yeah, that's right. So this was a whole episode where Farkle is diagnosed as autistic and tells like his friends.
Did he get the just the sheet, or did he get a face-to-face thing?
It was played like this super serious, tragic thing when he was sent to like the school psychiatrist or whatever. And he came back, and then he told like Riley and Maya, and they're like, he's like, guys, I'm autistic, and they're like, no, you can't be.
Wait, does the school psychiatrist have the like power to diagnose someone with autism?
Apparently.
It's like, wait a minute.
Anyways, and he also has a crush on this other probably autistic lady. Except she's also the enemy for these other kids.
I mean, I will, from what I remember from Girl Meets World, Falco's a crush on everyone, so that's not really saying much.
And then they make a whole thing where autistic people can't have friends because they can't have love, and
they haven't met our friendship group. It's like, wait a minute.
and at one point, I think he even tells like Riley and Maya so solemnly, guys, can you make sure that I don't forget how to love? And then at the end of the episode, you know how they have their happy ever after. The big reveal is they actually misdiagnosed him and he doesn't have autism. Good news, everybody!
I was gonna say, because like again, but if that was his concern, the giveaway should have been, by the logic of the episode, that one of his defining traits is his ability to love like a bunch of people. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was an awful episode. And again, it won an award, I think, but you know.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, did we say autism? No, we actually meant aneurysm. You're in a coma right now. This is all a dream.
No, so I think what ended up happening, I think they just said he didn't have autism at the end, and I don't think they ever replaced it with something. So I don't know how they go like, oh, I misdiagnosed you with like a core development. I was
gonna tick the box that said no, and then I sneezed and I went to that.
Right? He just is like, guys, good news! I don't have autism. Yay! And it's like, okay, sure, man.
Okay, well, there you go.
Disney.
For the record, our core friendship group, mostly autistic people, all good friends. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, what episode are we on now? Spoiler alert. That's the next one.
Oh,
and I think
sure.
it's Speak Your Mind, and then that's it. So back to this stuff. So spoiler alert. Here we go. Remember, go with watch my younger. That's all. Yeah.
I suggest Boy Meets World.
Yeah, as with a lot of shows, apparently, I just end up missing a lot of the bad episodes until later on. It's kind of like with Miraculous, where when I first like watched some episodes on TV, it's like, okay, well, a lot of people hate this show because of all these other things. Like, okay, well, I'll see how bad it is. This actually was okay because none of the bad elements happened in that particular episode. And then I watched a bunch of other ones too. It's like, oh, then none of this happened. It was only when I watched the full season on Disney Plus was like, okay, now I get what some people said this, but yeah, like for the record, most of the show not like that.
Yeah, Boy Meets World, it was generally pretty good. There was some stuff behind the scenes though, but the show itself was pretty great. Girl Meets World, not quite the same fate. It was just bad on both fronts.
It's a really good movie. Oh yeah.
And that ending was crazy. It came out of nowhere. I was so surprised.
It reminded me of when Walter White dies, and he's sitting in that lab, and he's got his hand on the machine.
Yeah, here we
You
go.
could see the reflection of himself in it, and you could tell that he was at peace because, as Heisenberg, he was his best self. and it was-
Wait, is that the end of Breaking Bad?
Well, I mean, it's definitely not the beginning.
Dude.
It could be.
I haven't seen
It could be like it could be one of those things where they like show the end at the start.
Well, in Breaking Bad, the first episode, from what I recall, actually, because we studied this in my creative writing class. I haven't seen Breaking Bad, but I've seen like the beginning because we studied the fact that like the opening is just a crazy thing where like somebody's like driving through the desert in their underwear, and you're like, how on earth did they get into this situation? And the first episode is dedicated to like how that actually happened. It was a yep, that's me without the cheesiness of it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things, and I've seen quite a bit. Admittedly, I kind of wish that I stayed more blind to it because it is on my list now because I've just heard so much good things about it. But no, I mean, just in general, I mean, media does it all the time where it just starts at the end.
Yeah, but I don't know if at the end. Yeah, usually it's the end of an episode, not necessarily the end of a full season. Sometimes though, but not in that situation. Anyway, I like to watch this because I'm playing American Dragon Jake Long, which I love the coupling of that. This Ghost Kiss was talking about Girl Meets World for the record, VOD watchers, not Breaking Bad. Although that would be even funnier. Breaking Bad versus American Dragon Jake Long. Always has to these sports shows, but my Nero spicy brain makes me forget. What, like Emperor Nero?
No, it's a slang thing that a lot of us neurodivergent people use. It's just a replacement for it. It's
Just
spicy.
for the word neuro?
Yeah,
Why?
neuro. Well, instead of neurodivergent, it's neuro spicy.
Well, where's the Nero come from then? Or was that just a typo?
It's just a typo.
Oh, okay. That was what I was confused about.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about like Egyptian myths or anything here.
Well, I was thinking like the Roman Emperor Nero. Oh, your camera's doing the thing again.
Yeah, nothing moved.
This is like a paranormal episode. It detected movement, but it wasn't you.
Hey, so I know you guys, I said this before because something weird happened in one of my videos before. So I know if you look at my BB Butter channel, there's some very clear ARG-esque stuff. And you might think, oh, if you know this, maybe some of the weird stuff that happens on stream is like hinting at that. No, it's not. I did not do anything for that. I don't know what I'm pointing at right now. I don't know what it's pointing at right now. It's looking at my door, though. That is my front door. I don't know what it's looking at. I don't know what made it move.
Yeah.
Nothing's there. I don't have a pet. None of these doors, not even a noise. I didn't hear anyone. Hello, if anyone is here, hi. Please don't be a prick, though. If I try, is it gonna... Oh, guys, it's fighting against me.
The camera really wants you to tell you that there is in fact a ghost in your room.
Okay. Well, there's nothing. I can't kill the ghost or anything. I don't even know if it's an asshole. Whatever. I guess. Sure. I don't. Yeah.
All
Whatever.
right, well,
I mean, it's not like I can do anything about that.
Honestly, a more convincing paranormal video than like half the ones you see on YouTube.
Like spoiler alert or something before that.
I'm sorry.
Is that really how it ends? No. Of course it is. Damn it.
Dude, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
why would someone say no? Yeah, why do you believe someone would say no in that situation? Why would you even ask that?
So sorry.
So
I just
another thing about my camera, it flashes
It's your
different
fault.
colors. It flashes from green, blue, and red. I don't know what those things mean, but usually it doesn't flash as much as it is right now.
It's
I
overwhelmed. It's not
Right?
used to two people. It's not used to two presences.
Right, what the fuck? Why is it? I wonder. If anyone's here, make it flash in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. It flashed.
But does it flash every 3 seconds, or is it like a regular thing, or is it just?
I don't know. Let's see.
I guess it's a very tech savvy ghost that knows how.
It's
to make
not every
music
3
sense.
seconds. It stayed green for a second there.
Okay, so I guess what you have there is a tech savvy ghost that knows how to.
Well, the thing is, I don't know why it flashes
cameras.
like that. I don't know what it means when it flashes like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it-
your ghost clearly does. Your ghost knows how to.
Now it's
activate that.
consistently blue, and now it's
Yeah.
that. Oh, yeah, this thing's freaking out way more than it usually is. What the fuck? Hey, I actually think my room is haunted right now. So, for context, I have someone downstairs who says they have a ghost down there. I've never really. I mean, I kind of
You just have to like knock on their door, and be like, "Hey, can you take your ghost back, please?"
Well, I don't mind it. It's just this has never happened before. Hi, someone.
The unexpected ghost, Gigi the ghost.
We've made the GG bit before. Hi, hey, look, I don't know
Well,
how
people-
the fuck
yeah,
I'm
oh,
supposed
that's-
to
oh, yeah.
communicate with you. I don't.
Through the flashes, you can ask yes or no questions, like like red for yes and blue for no or something. I don't know. Oh no, green for yes and red for no. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but that's only yes or no questions. I don't know how to have a real conversation.
Morse code. Have it flash at a specific
What?
like intervals.
I don't want to learn Morse code for this. There has to be a more convenient way to communicate with the dead. Please, I know we have years of mythology. Please tell me a hint of it wasn't just embellished. Come on, I'm okay with the ghost being real. I just like to be able to speak to them more.
I mean, all the years of mythology did not account for modern cameras, so I don't really know.
Hey, look, I don't know. Sit on my bed or whatever. I'm fine with that. Feel free. I don't fear you necessarily. I don't know. Am I looking in the right direction? I don't know where the thing is.
Well, if you said sit on my bed, then I guess if it then decided to do so, then it must be on the bed. But I don't know.
Right. Well, I mean, my camera pointed over there at my front door earlier, but I don't know. Ghost, yeah, I don't buy the Ouija board shit.
Well, no, mostly because like those are mass produced. You need something
Right,
more
it's
effective, like a flashing camera.
Wait.
It's like, wait a minute, I have a Ouija board.
I do have a can. I don't have a. I have a flashlight. I don't know.
Okay, what's that gonna do?
I don't know, but
Like you said that like that was gonna help you.
Actually, I guess that's a good point. Do real life ghosts even affect like battery? Is that a thing that real ghosts? I don't know, because there's obviously an element of like stories that are just clearly not true. So it's like it's kind of one of the downsides to stories that are handed down for so long. So I don't know if this does anything. I don't.
Well,
I
are you
mean,
trying to, is your aim to see if the ghost will drain the batteries?
a little bit, just see if maybe it'll make it flicker. Sorry. It's not doing fucking anything. I don't know. Oh. Turn off. Fuck. Okay. How the hell do I? Okay.
I like to imagine that for the record, some torches they'll have like a consistent beam, then it will go to flashing. If you click it again, then it will go off. So
Well, yeah,
if anyone thought
yeah.
if anyone thought like the ghost flickering happened there, I don't think
No, that was
yeah.
just me. I think yes.
Yeah. All right. How did ghosts have ESP that affects electronic equipment? Yeah. How exactly did people figure out that one?
Right, well, that's the thing, right? That is absolutely a common belief, and I'm not here to say whether it's true or not. I don't buy Ouija shit though. That I don't buy. But the ESP and stuff, fine. Here's my thing. Though.
Clearly, this ghost doesn't, because obviously BB's camera's been on the whole time. So
yeah. Okay. Well, I guess if my camera moves to my door again, I guess we know either ghost here invited a friend or just left.
Maybe this is like there's like one of one of our fans that died and then just wants to watch some Tin Can Bros, or a Tin Can Bros fan that died. Maybe we'll see.
A lot of people have seen it now. It's been about like 8
We shall
months
appease the
since
ghost.
The show came out, and like we talk about it all the time.
Maybe
so.
you guys do, but I never. Whatever. Let's just move on. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do you guys think that part at the beginning where Bill got killed by those blows to the head was an homage to the end of There Will Be Blood? That would be a cool choice.
Huh. Oh yeah, the end of There Will Be Blood, when Daniel Plainview clubs Eli over the head with a bowling pin and beats him repeatedly until he's dead. You know, and he just goes, "I'm finished."
I don't actually know this story. So
I haven't seen that yet. It's like next in my Netflix queue. I have not watched it, dude.
it's on my list. It's on my list. I'll get to it eventually.
Please.
Yes. For me, it is like number 203. It's a ways away.
I once saw a ghost at an old Kent house. It was a little girl who looked like she was made of smoke. I was 8 and it was far away in the dark, so I don't know if it was real. If you were 8 at the time, it might have been your reflection. I don't know. Look on this ghost GG.
Here's the thing. Unless there's multiple ghosts around here, then it can only be one. But if I say its name, I think I don't know. Its name is a little bit dumb because it sounds very similar to like a very popular ghost, but a significantly more violent ghost. It's like the I don't know, I was told its name is Anabelle, but obviously it's not the same Anabelle. So
you were told which ghost name was the one in your room now? How are you told that?
No, I mean assuming I'm assuming there's not 2 ghosts on campus.
Oh right. Oh, so you're saying that the person, so that your like neighbor who has a ghost. Okay, the ghost name was Anabelle. Okay,
yeah.
Right.
But it sounds a bit weird to say because it's like, oh, you just think of like the Annabelle. It's like, no, it's just some girl. It's
Maybe it was Abigail, just the Unazanas ghost.
Yeah, Abigail.
But I've only seen like Magnolia and Boogie Nights and The Master and Hard 8 and Punch Drunk Love and like a lot of his shorts like Cigarettes and Coffee and The Dirk Diggler Story.
Well, again, sorry, but I just figured it'd be your favorite movie.
Well, it was gonna be. So it's not.
I mean, it still can be. I will say, having the ending spoiled for something doesn't necessarily ruin the entire experience, because a lot of the time you have like things that happen in between that you actually get to see and witness. But I don't know.
I agree.
I think it's worse. I think it's worse when you're already invested in a story and you're actively like the mystery is what's keeping you hooked, and then someone ruins that for you. That's more of a distressing thing than being like, okay, I was considering watching this particular thing. I now know roughly what it's about, and then whatever. I mean, I'm saying this as a person who's not a fan of trailers for that exact same reason, but people forgive that, so I don't know.
I only agree to a certain extent. So trailers, for trailers in particular, I only ever watch the first 3 because those tend to be fairly safe. Those don't spoil too much, but after that, it starts to get a bit like, so I tend to avoid ones after that. But for in the media on its own, if the art itself presents the ending at the start or whatever, then fine. That is clearly the intent, and I would expect there to be a decent journey in between. If it does not, however, though, then I don't want it spoiled, because that to me tells me that they don't want us to know the ending yet.
Yeah. So usually with the art, there's supposing the ending also. It's usually like the ending scene, but there's still a bit afterwards where you get to see like the aftermath of what's gone on. That's usually how that plays out as well.
Not in every case. I guess this isn't a spoiler because again, it's at the start. The prologue for House of Leaves. They don't go into too much detail, but Johnny is like, "Hey, don't keep reading this. Things are bad. Eventually, madness will succumb, and you will see this nameless black of a name, and yada yada." And it's like, okay, so we're gonna see like a good story about like the descent into madness and shit, and it's like, okay. But again, that's part of the experience, and not
Or at least you're
necessarily-
going to see a story about the Descent into Madness. Whether it's a good one or not was, up for debate before you read the
Sure.
thing. Yeah.
Sure. But part of that is coming down to the charm of like, okay, but the book clearly wants you to know that things will happen, and it wants you to feel on edge like that.
Hmm.
So it's a very artistic choice.
Yeah. The Annabelle, like that one from that one Muko was left on a hot card. That Annabelle, I thought it was Arabelle, but yeah, close enough. Close enough. That's the green light if that's your name. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, hey, yo, Ghost. I don't know your name, so let's figure it out. I don't know if you can even hear this through this. I don't know how that works. Your name is Annabelle. Can you flush the green light?
Is it green?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so it is Annabelle from downstairs. Okay.
Hey, thank you from downstairs. That's what he just. I guess you would have heard because you definitely did that like second before I finished that sentence. So.
Well, yeah, because obviously Ghost Kitty already said that. So. Well, wait. That's a good point. Hold on a second. Yeah, I was about to. I just corrected myself. Yeah.
Oh, but you know what? It's written down though. Annabelle might be like
down.
close by.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He came out 7 years ago, and he is your favorite director.
So, yeah.
you would've seen it.
I mean, it's like someone
Hi,
saying,
by the way, Annabelle.
I'm the
I don't know.
biggest fan of Star Wars, but I don't know that Vader's Luke's dad.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna come up. Yeah, that's always like people's like top list of spoilers things. Which, for the record, also didn't ruin the experience watching Star Wars for me.
Darth freaking Vader is Luke Skywalker's freaking father?
Shut up.
Or what?
So, fun fact about this one, there is actually some stories to this. So, this was a thing that most of the cast did not even know. They thought the big twist was going to be that Ben was the dad. Obi-Wan, right? And
he was just talking about himself the whole time. It's like, oh yes, your father was the best pilot in the galaxy, if I do say so myself. I mean, everyone said that, yes.
Yes.
About someone who wasn't me.
If I recall. And so if you guys don't know how the Vader voice was made, by the way, it's not one actor there. There's the suit actor, and then there's James Earl Jones, who's the voice actor. And so the suit actor said the fake plot twist. And it wasn't shown until after the editing for the voice actor, whenever James had the real twist. If I recall, whenever people started figuring out, actually before the movie came out, oh, I can't believe, it's Anakin, right? Vader's dead. So that ended up going into like a very early example of them outwardly lying to the media and press and trying to manipulate what they could in trying to seed out what information people had to throw people off the scent for a while until the movie actually came out.
I will also say that there's the one scene in Pitch Perfect where we talk about like different movie spoilers or like or whatever, and how Becca says in that movie that she thinks like every movie is like really predictable and whatever, and she always like sees stuff coming, and mentions Darth Vader specifically, and then Jessica gets mad. It's like, oh, she just happened to see like what like to guess what the biggest twist in cinematic history, and then it's like his name Vader is German for father. His name is literally Darth Father. First of all, it's not German; it's Dutch. That's it. Yeah. It's Dutch for father, and it was also pronounced differently. So I mean, ultimately, it is still a weird choice considering that, but I mean, maybe it just didn't have a huge Dutch following at the time. I don't actually know.
Yes, but a lot of people figured that out though, and that is part of. If I even remember, I think some of the people that got like the whole Obi-Wan is. Okay, cool. Something's next to me. That got a lot colder.
It's Anabelle. She wants to be like center screen. She wants to see the Tin Can Bros sketch. Yeah.
No, it's like on my left hand. I felt it gets significantly colder around here. Oh, yeah, and I say that it gets. Hey, man. I've never operated with a ghost sitting next to me. This is a new experience for everyone, I think.
This is fantastic YouTube collab. Yeah, I had to edit the title just like featuring Annabelle the ghost. Yeah, we'll add the stream title after this goes up. Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, so a lot of people figured it out, and I remember, if I recall, a lot of people who got the fake spoiler of like Obi-Wan is the dad. I think I remember even like some of the cast being like, that's a bad twist. I don't really like that, which was funny because it's like So even some of the cast who didn't know was like, something's off about this, but whatever, we're doing the movie, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But yeah.
That is the most famous line in all of cinema.
Why are
You're
you
joking.
guys like? Why are you?
You say it's the most famous line. It's actually one of the most famous. It's one of the most famously misquoted lines as well.
Yes.
Because a lot of people like to say, "Luke, I am your father." It's actually, "No, I am your father." In response.
You guys punishing me right now. You're being like really aggressive with all these spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, come on. It's like saying Snape killed Dumbledore. That's the next one, isn't it? Come on.
We're not trying to punish you. Okay, if we were punishing you, we would say, oh, did you know that Scar kills Mufasa in The Lion King?
Okay, fair. That's not a good option because that happens like in the middle of the movie as well.
It's like eerily similar to how Claudius kills the king in William Shakespeare's most famous play, Hamlet.
Yeah.
Because it was based on Hamlet, so yes.
Come on.
Can we please just like stop talking about movies altogether? I'm really far behind. I know that. That's
far behind on the Lion King. Yeah.
I'm the jerk here. Okay, I get it. I'm the jerk here, you guys. But can we please just move on? Can we stop talking about movies?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No, I'm
It is very tempting to continue to talk about movies after you've just watched a movie. In all fairness.
sorry.
Oh my god.
This was his first movie.
Guys, President Obama's address was today. We missed it. We should look it up on YouTube. When we
President?
get home.
You mean Senator Obama?
Okay.
What? No, come on. When did that happen?
When did that happen? He's been president for 6 years, dude. He's in his second term. Are you running a...
Okay, now, this is a better thing. With like, okay, now we're going beyond movies. Because before, I've seen like a bunch of sketches that are in this form. In fact, there's even a Hugo Bridged episode where they go into like a bunch of spoilers, and that's like part of like the whole, that's like one of the card games or whatever. And yeah, Snape kills Dumbledore's the first example in that one. But then, and then Rosebud's the sled, of course, another huge spoiler thing. But yeah, Rosebud's arguably worse because it's like the whole point of the movie as well to figure out what Rosebud meant. But anyway, I like there's more the idea of going to like just other random stuff that's happened.
Fever or something?
I haven't even gotten to that election yet.
What do you mean you haven't gotten to that election yet?
I'm still on John Adams.
Look, it's not
Okay,
just movies,
genuinely,
okay?
I don't know if have you guys heard of the papers of like George Washington or just the papers of Washington?
Well, I mean, I've heard that Washington wrote papers, so
Okay, sure. There is an online movement that exists. I say movement. It's like a tiny little like series. It's a store that sells like compiled versions of like him and his family and like all the papers from him and his immediate family. And I actually do really want to sit down and read all of that.
Fair enough.
That feels like it could be a fun thing because it's like during his like waning years as like a British officer to his death. And even I think some of his kids are having letters being made, like compilations made from them. So I don't know. I think it's a cool.
It's like if I told you Vine is dead. What? Vine is yeah, exactly.
Genuinely, Vine's so good. So it's such a nice era.
Current events and stuff too. I'm just like really far behind. I'm busy.
You're busy? We see you like every day. How are you alive? And you don't know that Barack Obama is the 44th president of the United States of America.
I don't know.
There's been 44 presidents.
I don't know, man. Sorry.
Honestly, some of us Americans really would be surprised by 44.
Why?
We don't know our presidents.
Well, just because you don't know them, it doesn't mean you don't know how many there have been.
all the time,
Yeah,
like,
I do,
learning.
because we don't talk about most of them. We don't care about most of them. None of them are really all that important to our current being, as far as most of us.
Oh,
concerned. You know.
so people think that the ones that they can personally list are the only ones that have existed.
No, we're never really sure how many there are, and no one really cares enough to check.
Okay, feel like they've been keeping track of that for a reason.
Thing about
You're still right. Most of us don't care and aren't taught.
facts like you guys. I have a job, so sorry about that.
No,
sorry, I have a job. I'm a jerk with a job.
Okay,
so like,
okay. We don't just sit around binge watching current events. These are like the most common facts, okay? A 3-year-old would know these.
This is so weird. What
I mean, I don't know if a 3-year-old would necessarily, but yeah.
don't you know?
I don't
What
wanna,
else
like,
don't
start
you
with
know?
that.
Well, that's a nice. Well, I mean, how would he know to tell you?
Exactly.
Let's just not talk about this.
Do you know?
There's actually a TV series called Not Going Out where they have one character who is just like it was almost like too stupid to function. At one point, like meets Richard Osman, who's like, "I'm such a fan of you. You know everything." It's like I don't know everything. Okay, tell me a fact you don't know. I can't. See, there you go, and you know everything. It's like, come on.
Know about the
I didn't know the Earth is round. When did we discover that? 17 something? Wait a minute.
Even earlier than that. It's just that not everyone agreed.
Yeah.
Renaissance?
Can you?
Well, people still don't agree.
Did you know we landed on the moon in 1969?
The moon?
Do you know that the UK is an island?
Why? Do you know that JFK, another president, was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald?
Why are you doing this?
Again, I'm still on John Adams.
Oh god, someone please shave your pits.
Oh, yeah, fair.
Go chopped off his ear.
The world is 70% water.
Ah!
Julius Caesar was killed.
Come on!
Well, I mean, yeah.
You don't have to throw away the milk after the cereal because it tastes like the cereal still.
And also, like milk. It's milk.
The pyramids, they like embalmed the pharaohs.
Babe Ruth wasn't just a chocolate bar. He was a baseball player. Stop! He was a baseball player.
I mean,
no!
You know saltwater in the ocean?
Are you?
Spoiler alert.
You know that Charles Dickens was paid by the word?
Oh, that?
I actually didn't know that one.
Yeah, no, that's good.
The advent of Facebook?
Wait, that makes a lot of sense, actually, considering how long his books are.
Scientology.
The famous naturalist John Muir.
Wait, you just didn't know about Scientology, what, existing? That's the most vague thing ever, just saying the word Scientology.
Dippin' Dots. It's the ice cream of the future.
Dude!
Discovered Yosemite National Park.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Scientology, actually, apparently Scientology is what they have they have a part of their church that goes through like scrubs through like different like videos on the internet and actually compiles them talking about Scientology. So we're on the list now. Hi, and also they are too.
Park.
Popsicles. They got jokes on the end. They got jokes on the sticks.
The redwood trees are so big, you can't even hug them.
Come on!
That's how big they are.
No! Mad.
Again, I actually didn't know that because I've heard of redwood trees. Obviously, they're the tallest trees in the world. I didn't know they were like that wide necessarily.
Cow disease. No!
Adidas makes backpacks now.
Electricity.
I mean, what? You just went an electric in like a movie theater that functions with electricity. How do you think that worked? Magic?
Hey.
Was the scientist working with the wizards from before?
So, Ghost Kitty, the green, it's been green for a minute now. I don't know.
Okay, flash the blue light then, Annabelle. Or well, you have to repeat that obviously because obviously it can't.
Yeah, I don't know if they can hear through the headphones. Yo, hey Annabelle, if you're still here, can you like flash the blue light on the camera?
It was meant to be if you're having fun, but yeah.
I don't even know if they're here.
Because
it was freaking like it was having like the light was freaking the fuck out earlier, but now it's pretty still. So I don't know if they're here anymore.
Paint poisoning?
Thomas Edison.
Math?
The light bulb, bro. The light bulb. What? I bet you don't even know who Christopher Columbus is.
1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, okay? He had.
By the way, I recently one of the last conversations I had with my parents before they went back home was what was about Chris Columbus, the director, not the explorer. I just to have a conversation about that because of the oh wait, no, this was talking with my cousin as well, like my cousin's daughter, the one who was also read to Harry Potter. So I mentioned Chris Columbus, like, okay, know who that was? Like, oh yeah, I directed the first Harry Potter film. So and then afterwards, they said like, oh, we're gonna miss you for the trivia. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know it was the same name. It's like, well, his company is 1492 Pictures. That's why the credits of in those movies says 1492 Pictures. And they were like, wait, because obviously the next family quiz that they do, they're not going to have me there for that. So, yeah, who knows?
3 ships and left from Spain. He sailed through sunshine, wind, and rain. I know it. He sailed by night. He sailed by day. He used the stars to guide his way. The compass also.
And he ended up in the wrong place.
To know how to find
the stars didn't know. Yeah, the compass lied to him. But fair enough.
90 sailors were on board.
I wonder if he knows what what Columbus actually did once he did find the land that he got.
I wonder if he knows why it's called America.
Others snored. And while the workers went to sleep, the others watched the ocean deep. Day after day, they searched for land. They dreamed of rocks and trees and sand.
You know what? As a dramatic monologue for like an audition or something, I would love to see this.
October 12th, their dream came true. You've never seen a happier crew. Injuns, Columbus cried. His heart was filled with joyful pride. But
now,
from dysentery, some of them died.
Okay, hold on. Injuns, I don't think existed yet, did they?
Not in the way that we're thinking of.
the land was not. It was the Bahamas. And it was...
Okay, there we go. Now we get to the... yeah.
Hot. The Iroquois natives were very nice. They gave the sailors food.
And spice. Yeah. He's manifesting it. He's manifesting the spoiler.
Hold on. He said he gave him spice. But what's the but? Does he know what the real but is to this story?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of issues with the former trade of spice, but we're not going to get into that now.
Searched on, searching for gold to bring back home as he'd been told.
Yep, the 3 golds. The 3 G's. Gold, gun, glory.
He made the trip again and again, trading gold to bring to Spain.
Uh-huh.
The first American? No, not
quite.
Yeah.
But Columbus was brave, and he was right.
Well, he didn't even find the right place. He called it India. So was he right? I don't know. The reason, again, I mentioned before, but the reason
no,
that
I
it's
think
called
he
America,
said. I think he said bright, like intelligent.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, yeah. He's saying Indians, not engines. Oh, okay, okay, right. That makes more sense.
Okay.
So how about the downsides of the colonism besides the gold? Because there's a piece
I don't
of that story
think that's
missing.
part of the. I don't know if that would have made it into the poem that they teach to children.
Oh, sorry, I forget. We don't just teach kids about the assault and pillaging that he did like shortly after.
Who?
Assault and pillages, there were plenty. He ravaged the land till it was empty. I don't know, but it works. It works, but well, they weren't empty. But whatever.
Not after Columbus got there.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. Okay, I guess the end of the video. That's why I didn't go with that. Again, when I make poems, I'm trying to make them make sense. Anyway, we have one more video. Okay. One more video on this day. One more video left to play.
At least he was wrong about the Indian bit, because that was in India. But...
Yeah, so he definitely wasn't right. For the record, is also the reason it's called American, because people don't know, is because there was a different like explorer geographer called Amerigo Vespucci that realized Columbus's mistake. And so it's like, well, Columbus didn't claim this. I'm claiming it myself. There we go.
A lot of people tried claiming that, by the way. So many people tried claiming the discovery of where we are.
Well, I mean, the Vikings got there first, but I guess they didn't name the place or whatever. I don't know.
Well, the Vikings found it after the original people did first, yeah. And it's mentioned offhandedly in some of their sagas. Actually, I think the reason is because they were looking for areas, and then they got into too much trouble, and they just kind of ended up fleeing or whatever, or got killed. I think a handful was getting killed. So it wasn't really a place that they could settle in. It wasn't the right temperature. It wasn't the right anything really.
All right. Okay, now we're going to hear them speak their mind. And we shall answer now in kind.
Right, a little more. And I think that's level, man.
Yeah?
I think that's it.
Cool.
Brilliant, dude. Thank you so much for helping me hang on.
From the camera, I'm not actually sure if it is level or not, but there you go.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's all good. It's I was happy to.
You know, I think this is my favorite piece out of all of them. Out of all the ones we.
No, Ghost Kitty, the story's got to include the fact that Annabelle's like really into YouTube. Yeah, I was into Star Kid. Oh, okay.
Okay. Well.
My browser lost connection to my camera. All right then.
Not the only one having weird cameras today. Although yours is probably just an actual bug.
Oh yeah, like this happened yesterday as well.
Yeah.
On today, it's incredible.
Oh yeah.
Look at this woman. I think I could stand here every day and just
now I have to sit and listen to this guy's fucking opus about this painting. I gotta get out of here, man. Stat.
Every time BB talks about House of Leaves.
Look at those. I wonder if
I gotta get out of here. Stat is Jacob every 10 minutes of every stream.
Yeah.
No.
It's not even just me and House of Leaves. It is just anything that Aiden and I end up going on tangents about.
This is why Bonner's a bingo for tangent lasts longer than 10 minutes.
Should never have agreed to help him, though.
It's lucky we got there first, you know. I mean, this baby would have gone real.
Is this guy listening to anything? I mean,
I do remember that there's a Studio C sketch where it's like at the end of a first date or something where you hear like the internal thoughts. There's two versions of it where you hear the different thoughts of the guy and the girl and how they don't match up. And so like one person like, oh wait, I wasn't listening. What is he actually saying? Yes. And then after that, it seems like she actually like backs off for some reason, not really knowing quite why. Then you cut to like different perspective, and what she said was something like, "Oh, well, I mean, you know, I don't know why there's so much security. I mean, I never killed anyone. Have you? Yes." And that's why she backed off.
I love. Oh my god, I love how Fester goes to me when I run into a family member in the wild, and sure, but then Abby proceeds, and then he goes, last week's Marvel tangent. I love how it ends there like it's an incident name. Last week's Marvel tangent.
Yes, the great tangent of 2024.
Rude. I can see it on his dumb fucking face. He doesn't care about this painting. I bet his parents hated the art.
She's beautiful. She caught my eyes
What a
from across
fraud.
the room, you know.
He knows absolutely nothing about me. Just speculation, spinning strands of pseudo-intellectual gold.
Annabelle!
That's why she was in the video. She was waiting for the real. She was in the painting.
This other guy? Now that's a man who
That's why she's a Tin Can Bros fan, because it's like, I appreciate you putting me into your content.
knows a little something about
Also, Spies Are Forever. Absolutely, absolute bop.
art. And he's kind of cute. What am I doing?
It also helps that the painting isn't even looking in like his direction.
I really want is boat. Oh, boat, where are you?
You went to
Why'd
boat?
they hang us so far apart?
I guess. I
Like
don't know.
the thing that you travel the sea in?
What can we say? Columbus sailed without her, and she never forgot that.
Woman in painting.
He got glory for
Oh,
everyone
okay, never mind.
except her.
There we go.
Settle. Will the winds shift and sail me back to you? I may never know, but
I mean, you're sailing towards her right now, but
I
sure.
will not forget our promise to each other. The sea is a jealous mistress, but she will never steal me from you. No, not in a million
Whoa. He's got some pretty good PS3 games. Couldn't have guessed this guy's a game.
I thought it was gonna be like, whoa, can the paintings talk? But no.
Holy shit, he's still going. Ugh, can't we just play some Castle Crashers?
It's not easy being the second controller in a single apartment. It's lonely as hell. I spend most of the day charging. When are these guys gonna quit chatting and just play with me?
I would play with you in a heartbeat.
You would?
Yes, I've been looking.
This is like when Gareth and Lawrence had like a moment of random telepathy in the middle of my street and it never got addressed again. And then Dante and Travis had another one as well.
Yeah, this is also like the like that moment in Wilford, Mother Love, and Wolfstache, in which the detective finally finds Wilford, arrests him, and of course the detective is doing his classic trope of of having this big monologue in his head or whatever. And then Wilford responds, and they start just freaking out. And at some point, they start like testing each other to see if they can like hear each other. And it's like, ah! And eventually, they start freaking out to such an extent the detective just impulsively grabs his taser and goes, ah!
Well, okay then.
For a way out of this conversation forever.
Okay. All right, yeah, let's do it. Wow, it sure feels good to be noticed.
Yeah, and it feels terrible to be ignored. I said it.
I didn't realize you felt that way. Sorry, man. I guess I was kind of being an ass.
It's okay. I can get carried away sometimes.
I'm really glad you boys were finally able to express yourself. It's never good to keep those things in.
Well said.
Yeah, she also complained about them.
In painting, well said. How about we all gather around and play some good old-fashioned video games, huh?
Does that mean she has to get taken off the wall they just put her on?
I'm in.
Her and the boat.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is it okay if I invite a friend?
Yay!
Yeah, there we go.
I also like how they get the couch, and so he has to sit on the floor.
Yeah, well, I guess otherwise, his legs would be over the top of them. That would damage the paintings.
I kind of wish they swapped their position though, so that way it still looked like she was staring at the boat. But
that's also true. Yeah. Well, okay. Honestly, I think that was probably my favorite one out of the bunch.
That's a good ending one. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough then. So, Tin Can Bros, overall, glad we finally got to this portion. It's it got on the list because we keep on listening to everyone's requests of all the more well-known stuff. It's like, well, if we do all those too quickly, then we're not going to have the rest of that stuff. So, we've got to keep people engaged and invested, like Anabelle over here, clearly.
Again, I say, Anabelle, are you here? Flash the thing blue if you are, because I don't think you're here. I think you've left.
This is the equivalent of whenever we address someone who's lurking in stream too much, and they're like, "Oh, there's too much interaction. I didn't mean to start this."
Fair.
The voice actor controls as the voice actor of Travis. You know what? Actually, I don't. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna check. No, I don't think it's actually him. I don't think it's Patrick M. Seymour, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't, guys. It's Stan Green. I don't think she's here.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's apparently. I think it was Daniel Strauss or Pom Koch or whatever. Lauren Lopez was also in this, so I think that was the painting voice. So there you go. She ghosted. She did exactly.
Yes.
Okay, well, that was an interesting experience, and again, the most convincing paranormal video I've ever been a part of or ever seen. So
it's because it was live. There's no you guys aren't watching a premiere. I don't know what to tell you. Here's the thing. I didn't get the same vibe that I would get if I had hallucination or anything. I didn't see anything. The only thing I even felt really was the coldness. Which now I even put my hand back there. I don't feel that coldness anymore. Might I add? But
she's gone. Which, by the way, also bear this in mind. At one point, your camera shifted slightly down, then back up again, but it didn't go back to the door or anything. So I think Anabelle just phased through the floor at some point, and that's how she left.
Well, again, might I add, the neighbor who said they have a ghost is below me. They're literally the bottom floor. Which means Annabelle walked through my front door just to go back and down to leave. God, I love Annabelle. Oh my God, I love Annabelle.
We need to like find a way to like actually summon her for like future videos.
Oh man, that's good shit.
Yeah, Aiden's gonna be sad he missed out on this one.
Right? No, I mean, here's the thing. There's no denying, like, any of that. Like, he watched my camera move. he, like, I don't know what to tell you. You saw it. And it wasn't like a slight movement of it trying to track me. It went the complete opposite way. I didn't even get up.
Yeah, exactly. But in fact, when you did get up, the camera didn't do anything.
Yeah.
So clearly, that's why it's clearly tracked and synced up to the dead. You've got a faulty version.
God dang it! I got
But
the
it worked out in your
ghost cam. Well, Ghost Kitty's like, oh, at least she has manners and knows how to use the door. Yeah, to get in.
Yeah, not to leave. You just see like a knocking on like the floor. It's like, all right, yep, come up.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, enough of that. So thanks everyone for watching.
Including Annabelle, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that we have followers from beyond the veil now as well. Next time, wow. Okay.
Bring some.
That's
sure.
That's how you know we've had enough. Yeah, we've reached the zenith here. Okay. Let us know your thoughts in terms of liking or disliking, and leaving your comments on other stuff to do with Tin Can Bros, I guess, because clearly this was not entirely the order in question because their format changed a lot. We need to see the actual other one that was advertised. I forgot what the name of it was now. The one that said, like, next time we'll reappear in this thing. And they didn't. We'll find out. But for now, we'll see you all soon enough in another Buster Punch video. Toodle pip.
Toodle pip. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm not doing a solo.